Melys Dinas, the ancient elven city of trade, advanced with technologies of a guild of traders spanning several races, all blending their tech and crafts, united under coin. This is just one huge trade guild city. It's very obvious that it's elven by the architecture of the buildings that you see in front of you. Upon the city entrance, it shows the grandeur of its successful trade right off the bat. Some of the more official buildings are adorned with gold-trimmed awnings on a marble-like stone. A large fountain centers the initial walkway into the trade district. Picturesquely poised to show any guest of the city that trade is the sole purpose. There are coins littered in the waters of the fountain, and there's like bustling crowds all around, with their shopping bags of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Free money.
As you do, yeah.
Yeah, as you do.
Bags of holding.
Just like leather
Mm.
sacks full of like books and shit, the usual. Just D&D
Of
stuff.
You. Yeah.
To the right side, as you look, there are stables built for nothing larger than maybe carriage horses and cows. Pristine gold lettering shows the name Rider's Respute. A small cozy shed of a motel sits just along the left side of the stables. The center opening shows long lines of stores. There's a lot of bookstores, potions crafters, blacksmiths, and the oak, all jostling throughout every hour of the day. Behind the stores, you can see the taller buildings behind are mostly residential looking. There are churches and minor rundown stores you can see just off in the distance through this one line of stores as well. If you look further back to the right side, there is a harbor section where you can see ship sails along the sort of skyline of the buildings. There's a long line of piers, the occasional tavern, offices, and brothels line the inland path. The water is barely visible through the sheer amount of trading fishermen and foreign parties coming to peddle their wares. In the far distant center, you'll see the governmental quarter, which is a large turreted building, still adorned with its elvish heritage decor. 20-foot tall gates surround the lush gardens of this building. The gate is manned by armed elven guards and sees very little movement. The staff and politicians, all housed inside, barely leave to enjoy the city they govern. To your left, it's a complete contrast to all the shining, glittery gold and marble buildings. There is a derelict-looking ass gate that's all rusty and shit. The path leading from the gate is covered mostly in overgrown shrubs. Beyond the thicket is nothing but black darkness. Staring in takes your mind to an almost dreamlike state, like you are being compelled to never step foot near it. Above the gate is a broken ass looking sign that barely is intelligible, but it appears to say Main Point, spelled Manepoint. Grug, you're the only one that can't see that.
Oh.
Because you can't read.
That seems to be much.
Our heroes are entering the city, walking out towards the fountain. The bustling trade district, where a young, nervous gnome approaches them from towards the stables. He's sort of excitable, but clearly nervous. He's like walking like 2 steps forward, stopping for a second, being like,
Greg ignores him and runs into the fountain. Wash off.
No, he would though.
Fair enough. He approaches.
Yeah. It's not free money.
He's actually approaching Emrys. Okay. He introduces himself. He says, "Hi there. My name's Damon. I work at the stables. I see you've got a big lass there. The giant draconic thing stood behind you. I not actually allowed past this point. I can look after her if you would just do something for me. I won't ask for gold. Could you head just towards that tavern there? And the fellow behind the bar will tell you everything you need to know."
How does the tavern look? Is it dodgy or is it like
It's like a barn. It is barely a tavern. It's like a small door. The walls barely go either side of that door. You can see the back of said tavern from the front gate where you are still stood.
So Drouthy kind of leans down really in his face, just kind of sussing him out.
He glances up
like
kind of nervously.
really
His eyes are darted around all of you. He sees the head on Grug's belt as Grug is splashing around in the fountain, getting blood all over the place because the head hasn't been cauterized. There's still dripping. There's a bit of brain juice coming out,
So Dorothy's like really in his face, and they're just gonna be like, "Why?"
I like to
This,
imagine Vivek is licking from the fountain with Grug.
yeah, amazing. Yeah, he sort of looks up nervously at Dryo and he's just, there's a bit of a mystery we need to solve, if that's okay.
And you come to the people that are at the fountain with a bloody head.
Well, it seems like you could handle yourself, and none of our friends that we know have been able to help so far.
How come?
Uh, they're not the smartest of people. All they think about is gold.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I see that
That
mindset.
sounds
I
familiar.
agree with that
Vivek,
mindset.
stop it! Vivek, stop
It's
it!
in your
No!
Jesus Christ. You deal
And
with
she stands
Drakes.
back up, like still looking down their nose at the gnome. Is like,
Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's looking basically like his neck is arched up like 90 degrees to keep looking up at you. He is very small. He's probably about 3'6".
yeah, they've got a
God.
hand on their hip, and they're just like, slightly nodding a little bit, still like sussing him. Just like, okay, I see your reasoning. All right, and you're not leading us into a death trap, are you?
No, there's plenty of witnesses around. You really think I would do that?
Well, the mystery, maybe. You're like the kind to be the runner of all this. She's still they're still sussing the hell out of this guy.
Well, I
He's sort
need
of
a
just
place
like
to keep
recoiling
Vivek.
back. He's pacing back slowly, just like I don't really think I'm capable of such things. What
Okay.
exactly do you think I'm trying to do?
Lead us in somewhere that we might get robbed. And killed. Probably killed.
I think you're
Absolutely
scaring the
not.
poor
I think you might
Can
be.
I ask? I
He
have a
is
serious
he is
question.
very clearly terrified of you, by the way.
Serious
Love it.
question.
Okay.
Mhm.
How far away is the fountain away from everywhere everyone stood?
It's a good
Oh,
like 20
God.
foot.
How
So
far
we're
can
not in the
Grug
splash
throw?
zone. Oh god.
If I can Grug throw,
Oh,
did you say?
no.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Depends on what you're wanting to do. Like, what are you wanting to
The coin is going to
throw?
go through his head like a bullet.
It depends what you're
No.
throwing, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the weight.
I
Sorry.
want to throw water over the gnome thingy guy.
Just splash
Okay.
him? Oh, God.
Yes, I want to splash him.
Roll strength.
We're just going to mug this poor little gnome. We're going to beat his head.
I got
Steal
an
whatever.
18.
You got a what?
18.
18. Okay.
Oh,
As
no.
Grug, using two hands, scoops up as much water as he can hold and yeets his arms forward. The water pours all over the gnome. And Greg has very large hands. That is a lot of water for a 3'6"
Yeah.
gnome.
God, he's drowning.
The
He's
gnome is
drowning.
drenched head to toe. He just looks over and kind of goes, thank you.
You're wet now.
I think I needed to cool off a bit, I guess. He's clearly so terrified he's not even gonna question it. He's
Okay.
very passive.
Good.
He turns his attention back to Drow.
Mhm.
Honestly, you're so strong looking, all of you. I couldn't bring myself to even try anything out of sorts. The problem really is that people are going missing. And we don't know where they're going, but some of them have returned. Looking a little fabulous?
And the problem is
Well, none of them remember where they were.
Oh.
Or what happened. Or
okay.
pretty much anything from before they left.
Okay. Well, okay.
They kind of just walk around like almost like they're undead.
All right. Can I roll? Is it deception or perception if I want to see if he's lying to us?
Perception.
Okay, I have a disadvantage. I'm gonna roll it anyway.
Yeah.
And I got. Oh, that was nearly a nat one. Oh, is that 20?
Ooh.
Oh my god, I got a 20.
Okay, cool.
Nat
cool.
20.
Nice.
Wait, I gotta see what the disadvantages first. Hang on.
Gotcha.
It's taking its sweet fucking time.
Amazing.
Oh, 24. Okay, we're good.
Okay, so what's the final number?
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah.
You look at his mannerisms, the way he's literally shaking, and not just because of the cold water that he's just been partially drowned in. And you can see that he's very afraid. And the only reason he would approach you is if he did need something.
Okay, that makes sense.
You believe him. He is telling the truth.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
But he's
Drow
very interested
will,
in it.
yeah, Drow will continue to nod and be like, "All right, we'll head to the tavern as soon as I get the big guy out of the fountain."
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, we tend not to let people in there.
Yeah.
But it's
Do
okay,
you want to be
it's-
the one to tell him to
No,
stop?
No, you're okay.
You want to tell him and to Drake to get out of the.
Are you sure? You wanna
it's-
give it a try?
Quite all right, thank you. He
Okay.
pulls a giant like beaded rope from a backpack he's wearing,
Oh,
and he says,
"What?"
Sorry,
"Do you want me to?"
public.
No, this will make sense.
Okay.
So, did you want me to take care of your girl for you? He looks at Emrys.
Can you? You looked after Drake?
What now?
That's a
Right.
no.
Okay, that's a good start.
He looks back at the stables, sort of looks at Vivix, back at the stables again, and then back at Vivix again. He says, "I may
Hmm.
have to find a better spot. She's a big one.
But no charge. No charge, right?
No charge, no charge. As long as you
Hmm.
investigate for us."
Well, I can't imagine a better deal we're gonna get. Free. Okay, fuck
I
it. You
don't
know
see
what?
why
Yeah,
not.
we'll do it.
Why do I feel like
We'll
you're
put-
trying to charge him for looking after Vivix?
It's like 20
Not bad,
gold.
right? It's an honor.
Send it
How much of
over.
an
Are you
honor are
not
we
paying
talking?
your
Yeah,
money
yeah.
here? Like,
Yeah,
hello?
deposit, please.
Deposit,
In the
right.
hand.
She's a very rare creature. I need to know you're not gonna do anything. Like, I need a bit of a.
If they
You know what I'm
kidnap
saying?
her, I'm killing that gnome first.
What I'm
says
saying,
Drowthy.
He looks up at Vivix and just kind of goes, honestly, I'm fucking terrified of you lot. I'm not trying anything."
Good.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. Did she just like, you know when you put two fingers to your eyes and then to his?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm watching,
I'm watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sort of just winces a little bit and backs off. And
Good.
then proceeds to put the rope around Vivix's neck
No.
very gently, with a lot of
Grog.
caution.
No.
And he sort of flicks his tongue and
It's okay,
leads her
Grog.
to a post just outside of the actual stable. So she's sort of between the
It's
stable and the
okay,
gate, just sort of sat there. He says, "Don't worry,
Yeah,
she'll be fine with me. I know all about lizards."
Right. That's a racial slur. Okay, Jesus. All right, let's go, guys. Let's go. You look after her.
Before you
right?
start crying, let's leave.
Yeah, I hate that word. He's biting his knuckle and walking away. Yeah.
Wonderful.
He's biting his knuckle. He's trying
Next,
not
he's
to
gonna take
tear
a
up.
glove out of his pocket and slap the
Trying
gnome,
not
isn't
to
he?
cause a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I challenge you to a duel.
Well, free lodging's a good deal, I suppose. For the Drake, at least.
I was gonna say he didn't promise you that.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, he did promise me free lodging. Yeah.
So,
Well, let's grab the rogue, I guess.
Yeah,
how many of you are going to head into the quote-unquote tavern?
I will.
I will as
I'm gonna-
well.
Would it be okay if I kick open the door?
There is no door.
Fuck. That'll be cool.
It
Does
is.
anyone come for Grog? Because Grog is currently still splashing in the fountain.
Yeah, I'll go get
Yeah.
Grog.
We're gonna whistle him over and be like, "Hey, Greg!
Yeah.
Hey, Greg!
Got the keys. Come
Like,
on,
come
Grog,
on, buddy,
go."
let's go.
Jingle,
Yeah,
jingle, jingle,
Have you ever
jingle."
tried to get a dog out of a
Jingle,
river?
yeah.
This is the same situation. I'm
Like
just
putting
gonna
on
be
his
sat there
waist.
Love it. Okay.
Can you
That takes a little
actually?
bit
Yeah,
of
that's the point. In order to get Grug out of the fountain, anyone who tries must roll persuasion.
All right, bet
Okay.
I'll
Oh, yeah.
try.
It's fairly easy because
So
you
group
only have to
persuasion.
be. No, because me and Chrissy agreed that we were going to just do it as you have to beat his intelligence score, which is fairly low.
It is.
So-
It is very low.
I rolled. Come on, hurry up. I rolled an 11.
Okay, you win.
I win. It's higher than 8. 8?
Oh,
with a sharp
Wow.
whistle and
Grug.
a come on, boy. You sort of,
Come on, Greg.
you know, you tempt him towards the tavern. And
wow, I was
upon
having fun.
Greg, we'll get you some food. You like food. Good food.
But it'll be good food.
Venom
It
sort
will
of
be, I
chuckles from the
promise.
distance. Food here.
She gives him a
I'm-
death glare from across the.
Grug, hear this.
No.
I push him in
No.
the fountain.
is
He's currently tending to Vivix. He's like
Oh,
a
it's him.
good
Oh,
a good
okay.
like 20 foot away from you. And he's under his breath. You just hear noise. There's
I'm gonna make
no
sure Vivek knows
discernible
to just
words.
message me if anything happens.
okay. Okay.
Okay. Also, the rope that he has actually binded Vivix to this post with is not gonna hold her
I was gonna say
if she like tries breaking out, but she respects that you have given the nod to go with him.
yeah, just gonna give the don't maul him yet look, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. She sort of like licks her teeth, mouth wide open, looks down at him, looks
Waiting
back at
there.
you, smiles.
Let's go, let's go.
She's like, go on. Go on.
Try
See you
it.
later.
Can I do it yet, please?
Please. Does the like
Is...
does the eagle finger thing with her talons?
Oh, the shy fingers.
No,
Yeah. Please.
don't do Wi-Fi my fucking Drake. Jesus.
Right, so you guys are heading towards the tavern, yes?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so only one of you can fit in at any given time
Oh,
And I don't think it's gonna be
Like,
Greg.
through the door or at a time in the building?
in the building.
Oh my god, what is this? A
Who's
post office?
staying here?
It is a
Giving notes
very
there.
Red letter.
small shed of a building. It is barely even anything.
So that's how
I had to
tall
imagine
is
like a photo booth.
how tall is Nithrali?
oh, she's 6 foot.
Oh. Uh uh Drouthy's 5'5".
Little baby.
Little baby still
We
will
send in the
punch you.
shortest one first.
You're sending in the shortest one.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Wait, how tall is Emery's? Tall and
6 foot.
5'5". Fuck. Okay.
I think Rudy, Nethrali, and Emrys are all the same height.
How
Well,
tall is
that's fun.
Emrys?
That's really fun. That's
There's
great.
all of
Okay.
us, and then there's Dorothy in the middle.
The small angry one then.
The
I
small
guess.
thief just sort of, you know,
I feel like that adds
trying to
to
be
it.
as intimidating as
It's alright, I'm
possible.
just
Proper
tall-
like
I'm
Yeah.
just
Shore
tall
King
and
syndrome,
it's
you know?
okay.
They literally kick doors down like they own the place. They don't care that they're small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
We're just the
so
guard dogs, it's fine.
yeah. I feel like I'm the
Let me
god.
just have it outside.
I'm the one sat in the face is like, kill yourself.
Wonderful. That's a
Okay.
Got
good
the scary
character
dog
reference.
Yeah.
Right, so as Drow enters this tiny cupboard of a house, whatever the hell you want to call it, you notice the wood of the inside is very barren. It's like sitting in an oak barrel. It's very claustrophobic, very dark and dingy. Something in the corner has probably died. There is a stench in the air. And there's just one very shabby looking elf just attempting to clean a wooden pint with a cloth that's dirtier than the pint.
Fucking hell.
He looks up at you and just looks back down, carries on doing as he's doing.
So it's really small, but Drell's still gonna put a hand on the slam a hand down on the desk and be like, alright, that gnome outside told us that there's a mystery or something.
No, yeah, there's he sent you? You're a small one.
well, there's more of us outside if you want to start with me.
He sort of like just leans to the side, sees Greg, and goes, "Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
lean our head down.
Yeah, people are missing. We've got a bunch of the local like old retired generals and things to have a look around, but no one's turning up anything because no one's getting paid to. So you fancy investigating this a bit?" He points to a notice board that's just on the right side. It's like an inch away from your face. You can
Mhm.
already see it. And there's just
Alright.
like paper upon paper of like missing person and then found written on most of them, but there's still a few towards the bottom at the front that are still missing.
Mind if I take these?
Yeah, no one else is gonna.
Sounds good. And Drow's gonna like take the little pieces of paper and put them in the pocket, like all of them, like all
Yep.
the ones that are about found and missing people.
All of them? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
But
fair.
that means we can track down the people that are found and be like,
True.
hey,
True.
This is
that's
good.
what
Good
Drow's
thinking.
thinking. That's what Drow's like going on
shit.
in their little noggin.
Dry that has
Um,
a intelligence of 10. Just thought of that. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Yes. Perfect.
very intelligent.
From outside, you just hear Rudy say, "Nice one.
Just a thumbs up.
I get it."
Me too. I think. So Drow's gonna turn back to the desk and be like, "So are we getting paid for this?"
I suppose I could do something for you at least as a symbol of our undying gratitude. You detect a hint of sarcasm in his voice.
Doesn't seem too undying, huh?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Just sort of shrugs it off and just carries on looking at this and now empty billboard. Just says, there's a tavern down by the harbor. I know the owner. Tell him I sent you. Tell him you're investigating the issue, and they'll set you up for a night while you're here. And tell them to put anything you want on my tab. I guess.
Oh, cool. Why are
Cool.
you so what's got you so glum, chum?
Have you seen what the other buildings look like in this wonderful city of ours?
It's so pretty.
Hmm.
And it's sarcasm.
And what are you stood in?
Well, it looks like to be a fishing barrel, not gonna lie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Smells like fish.
No
Looks
matter
like
how
fish.
much work you put into something that doesn't earn money, it's still gonna look cheap.
Well, we won't be able to come back and help you one day.
It's
So
very clear that these stables and this quote unquote tavern don't get much business.
maybe one day we'll do some advertising for you if you pay us enough.
Hmm. Need money for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well,
He's got a point.
we get some, let us know.
He starts
And we-
muttering about ships under his breath. He's just like, ships bringing everyone in business. Just very disdainful.
Drow's gonna lean over the counter and just say, "We'll sink some ships in your honor," with a wink, and then just leaves.
His eyes just widen as you leave, and he's just,
Ooh.
So I get outside and I hand him I take out the many piece of paper. I'm like, that one's found. That one's not. Need to look for that guy, I think. This seems like the rest of them that I found, and just like hand him over one at a time.
Rudy's there, just
Um,
sort of crossed arms with one hand on his chin, sort of stroking it like,
And I've just put like 5 into Grog's hands.
yeah.
Grog,
I
these are
scanned the
yours.
crowd while we-
What am I
Don't let anyone
doing?
take them.
Grug automatically fails the inside check and thinks that you've handed him a coloring book.
Okay,
Oh,
Grog, not a
no.
coloring book. No,
You sure it's not an important
Put
one?
the crayons
Give
away.
an old one.
I'm gonna
Put the
dip
crayons
my
away, Grog.
finger. Grug is gonna dip his finger in the neck hole of the elf and just start colouring in
No,
red.
Grog.
Whoa!
We need those.
What?
We need those. We need
Wait,
them
what
not
the
coloured
fuck?
in.
But you said it was colouring!
I said it wasn't colouring!
I'm so
While this is going on, can I
confused!
like scan the
Grog.
crowd, see if anyone's watching us or anything?
Yeah,
It's
of course.
okay, Grog.
Roll
And
insight. Not insight, perception. My bad.
Perception.
I'm just comforting Grog by like panning his arm while
Got
I
taking
want to
you.
say
off.
that. I want to
Oh,
say
what,
that
sir?
Nithra is just standing there with her hand on her head, just like, what have I got
18.
myself into?
Yeah. It's band of idiots. You say it was an 18.
18, yeah. See if I
18,
see anyone
okay.
like watching this or anything.
There's like a few rows of people that have sort of all stopped what they were doing, like mid conversation, still in like the pose they were in, just sort of heads turned towards you, very curious, very like, what the hell is going on? You can see the confusion on their faces. A few of them are just staring at Vivix, still sat just like a dog, like an obedient dog in the corner of this
Yeah.
like gate area.
Question.
Yeah.
While colouring in, did any of the pictures look like the head currently attached to Grug's
Oh.
waist?
That's a good point.
That depends.
Only the ones that Grug was colouring.
That
Specifically, because he would
depends.
not
I
have looked
handed
at any of the pictures.
5.
So as Drow gave the 5 to Grug, Drow, how many of them had found written on them?
Like I took all of them, so
Okay, so you
however many
handed
are
them a
found.
random then, I assume.
Yeah,
Okay,
just kind of went for it, and the few off the top really.
gotcha. If they were from the top, then you've just given Grug 5 of the actual still missing posters, and he's just got red all over them.
No.
You cannot
no,
make
no.
a single characteristic of any of the people on them.
I thought he managed to get blood on one of them.
It soaks through
uh,
because he's got them clenched together in his hand.
All right, I'm just gonna take them back and just like start fanning them in my hand. Just be like,
Yeah.
You
Just
just
try
"Good
them
job,
off.
Grug."
the blood just drops onto the floor, still staining the paper. One or two of them, you can see some minor details of a face, but nothing ultimately discerning. They could just be, anyone.
Okie doke.
These
Well,
are people of all species as well.
okay.
Is there any that stand out?
No.
Like compared to the rest? No, okay.
The
So-
only thing you do notice looking through them is that every single one have very bland hairstyles, very messy hair. That is the only factor that you can find that links them together.
Oh. And these are the before the just taken ones, right? Not the returned ones.
These are the befores, yes.
Right. We got a pattern. Got a pattern occurring.
They like to take scruffy people and turn them into posh, rich, cool-looking fellas.
Well, we also were directed to go to the
the tavern at the
tavern?
harbour,
Yeah.
yes.
By the water,
So
right,
I'm
wasn't it?
gonna be like, all right, guys, we've got somewhere to travel to, and we're gonna be set up for a night. I should have grabbed that guy's name. And Drow just
You are still
runs back inside.
stood within earshot of him.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
ignoring
So they
him,
just
yeah.
turn around. They're like, "What's your name?"
He just says, no, he just sort of leans at the doorway and just says, just tell him Riders sent you.
Ooh,
Level
I
1
like
or an
that
ally
name.
rider?
What do you
It's
ride?
literally Mount Rider. Like,
What do you ride?
penis.
nothing. We look after other people's mounts. Oh, 'cause I swear.
What did you say?
That was
sort of-
racism. That was racism.
He sort of just like,
Tell me about it, rider. 'Cause
nothing. And then just goes back into where he was.
All
Very
right,
swiftly.
So Ryder set us up on his tab. So go wild, guys.
Rudy sort of just claps slightly. Finally, something
Oh
nice.
god,
I know,
I need a
right?
drink so bad.
We're gonna have a great time while we're setting up for the night. Apparently, we can have a room for the night as well.
I would
Oh,
also
it's
like
gonna
to
be
point
great.
out that you guys are battered and bruised from the prequel fight. So the people
Yeah.
staring at
Really
you that Emrys has noticed, they're not like, it's not like sus that they're staring at you, it's that you're sus.
I mean, I'm
Nah.
actually clean because I took a bath.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
You have a
yeah,
dirty
you took a bath in a fountain that you turned red.
In a public fountain.
Okay, you also right.
So your clothes from maybe the thighs down are like slightly red now.
Oh god.
Okay.
You definitely stand out.
All right. So let's head down there, guys. Get
I
set
feel
up.
Down by
Put
the
our
river.
feet
like,
up.
like anything's better than here.
Right. So you
You
all
make
make
it
your
up.
way
Yeah.
through the bustling crowds through the right side, following the
Make it
direction he
up.
pointed in. And you come to the harbour side, which is very much like uniformed docking stations, a lot of ships, all of different colours, different flags float in. You can see a lot of crates being passed back and forth, a lot of very large people uh working these, a lot of produce coming in and out, all different kinds of,
Nice.
types of things that most likely for the stores in the main section to sell. Wait,
Good.
did the guy even give you the name of the tavern?
He said something about by the docks, so
By the docks. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be enough.
there's like 4 taverns. Right.
Well, let's check all of them
Okay,
just
wonderful.
drop the name and then leave.
Oh no.
We just walk up to the counter. She slams her hand down on the counter and goes, "Ryder," and they're like, "Huh?"
Okay, so you
Okay,
walk into
not
the
this
first
place.
one. You walk into the first one. It is called the Flitting Swan. The owner, the one behind the bar, takes one look at you and just says, "Nope,
Okay,
get out."
bye.
It's as you walk out, Drow, you notice the sign that says Dwarven Central Tavern.
Okay,
You're not dwarves, so you're asked to leave.
I'm not. What the hell, man?
No, apparently. No.
That's when.
So you decide to try
My
the
life's
second
been a
one. You
lie.
go in. This one is what did you say then?
My life's been a lie.
True, true.
I was
throwing me
told.
off my own brain, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Shit. I need to find a bit of information real quick.
No problemo.
How long is this taking us, by the way? Is it dark or
You're
is
in
it
pretty
like
good
still
timing.
light?
It's you started the prequel very early. It didn't actually last long. So you're
Yeah, we kind of
probably
beat some people.
you're like middle of the afternoon. It's like 1, 2 p.m.
Okay.
Right. You reach the next one. Stronghope Stable. You walk in. You are welcomed by glorious looking velvet pathway leading up to the bar, which is all gilded, very gorgeous setting. It's very busy in here. Everyone's drinking very merrily. There's very high spirits in the air. You can detect a sort of atmosphere of positivity.
What
But
does it
there
smell
is,
like?
what does it smell like? It smells like beer.
Yeah. Okay.
And a light sort of floral smell is in the air as well, which makes you think maybe this
Oh,
isn't
I get
just
beer.
a tavern. Maybe there's
Yeah,
something else on the
baby!
go here.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't
fucking
like
go.
it. I want
Rudy,
to leave.
Rudy, Rudy
Maybe
makes
it's
his way
flossing.
up to the bar and sits on a stool and just, these guys are taking care of it. I'll have mine when it's due. He's clearly very worn out, very tired. He's just leaving everything up to Drow at the moment.
Drow
Put a
is
lot of
more than
trust in Drow.
happy.
Wonderful. What do you do?
Drow goes up and sits next to him and is like, "Hey, we were sent down this way by a gentleman called Ryder from like, you know where that barn place is?"
The female human bartender looks up at you with a big smile on her face and she says, of course, I know the one. Here to
Right.
investigate our little problem, I presume.
Yeah, the mystery of the people going missing and then coming back looking better than ever.
Wonderful. There's a slight detail he may have missed. I know he's not the most warm of people, but
No,
he's
it
uh,
doesn't seem so.
he's good at what he does,
Yeah, I
which isn't
suppose so.
much.
Yep, I figured that one.
Still with this big smile, almost cartoon-like, unbelievably, very uncanny valley,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't like this.
She
Oh,
looks
that's creepy.
she looks Drow dead in the eyes and just says, "So the thing about the people that come back,
Mm-hmm.
they don't seem themselves. I don't know if he would have mentioned that, but you failed to recollect it.
Oh, yeah, he did mention that, but we kind of knew that from the fact that they came back different, and they do the air quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very different.
Fabulous.
Almost, oh, very fabulous. She points to a table to like behind and to the right of you, where there's just one person sat, very robotic, very unanimated. They're just staring into space.
Oh,
But
is that one of
That's a hawk.
their hair is fucking fabulous. It is perfectly shaped and colored. It's a very deep blue with a hint of purple running through it, almost highlighted to accentuate the shape
wow.
itself of the hair. It is dazzling. You are almost hypnotized by it. It takes you a moment to, bring yourself back into
Ooh.
focus.
Yeah, Drow shakes her head, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
is that one of them then?"
So she sort of touches you on the shoulder lightly over the bar and just says, Don't stare too long. It can be damaging."
Is
Greg is
that
just
yeah?
gonna stare.
Drug
is
is
that-
gone.
Greg is
I
just
look at the
staring.
sun.
Oh, so Grug is actually in the bar. I heard you say you were leaving.
Oh no, Greg just said he didn't like it here, but if everyone else stayed, he would have sort of
Okay.
Yeah.
stood back.
Okay.
He's a people
Returned
pleaser.
his
So
head
I'm
like a pop.
assuming as Rudy and Drow were the two that specifically made their way to the bar, Grug is stood towards the door then.
Yeah, closer to the door.
Up in the
Wonderful.
brook.
I'll
Yes.
be by
So
the
Grug is just
Grug as well.
staring, and
Yeah.
Just
Nithrali
listening.
is there as well, and Emrys. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
the three of you were sort of just stood in a line, staring at this fabulous hair.
We're all just staring.
A little bit of drool
Yeah.
coming out of the side of Grug's mouth. He's lost. He's gone. And
I'll
the
wipe his mouth for it.
the bartender, still addressing Drow, says, "Yeah, people tend to get lost in it. It's amazing, I know, but
It is.
it's like they're empty. There's just nothing there. No one's home." Very like confused look on her face. Still smiling though, always happy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
she sort of squints towards the door and says, "Is that? How tall is that one?" Sort of the smile turning less into the uncanny valley and more of like an actual believable smile now. Pointing at Grug.
Which one?
Which one?
Oh, that one. Grug. I'm shouting at
Grug
Grug.
is still hypnotized by this hairstyle. It will.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
can't pull him out of it by shouting his
we-
name.
No, he's lost.
Okay, cool. And so are the others. After not getting a response, they just turn around and like, 6'5", probably.
A big one. A big one. She's like very like sort of
Oh,
flirtatious eyes going. She's taken a
Oh,
liking to him. It's very
oh.
clear that she is very attracted to Grug.
so you like him?
Hey, yo.
She explains that she has a thing for the big ones.
Oh, okay. I see what kind of bar this is.
See what's happening
He
here.
doesn't have too many brains up there, I'll tell you.
She sort of just smirks and goes, "He doesn't need them for what I want."
Okay, alright.
Okay. Okay.
She then sort of snaps out of it herself, looks back at her and says, "Oh, sorry, I'm so rude. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Merida. Lovely to meet you, darling. What's your name?"
Yeah, I'm Droughty. I'm known as Droughty. And I'm here with my crew. That one, and they poke Rudy.
He sort of
It's
just
like,
goes,
that
"Huh?
one's
Oh,
Rudy.
yeah, hey, what's up?"
And then the other three drooling on the floor.
Yeah, Rudy is not hypnotized. He's just really tired.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And then the three drooling all over your lovely floors are Nithrali, like pointing to them as they speak, Emrys and Grug.
She sort of nods with each point that you do. Lovely to meet all of you, I'm sure. And then
Yeah.
her eyes meet Grug again, and she's just sort of,
Oh, God,
Anyways,
okay.
Ryder said he'd set us up on his tab to stay the night and have a room and something to eat and all that.
Yeah, she sort of snaps back into it. And, yes, of course, of course, of course. Anyone willing to help us with this issue we have is more than welcome to have a few drinks here and spend a night. Take as long as you need.
Yeah,
And
this
then
one needs a drink.
she sort of like looks over to the end of the bar where there's another barmaid, and she sort of snaps her fingers away. Vanwa, come and serve our new friends here, please. And Vanwa, without saying a single word, just pours 5 drinks, putting them out on the bar for you guys.
And then
Are
I'm
we
just
still
gonna
looking
go
for-
over and push over the others. Like, push them towards
Like
the
an
bar and
actual
onto a
physical like
stool.
push. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
No,
they
like, I'm with them. I'm not pushing them
Oh,
over.
okay.
I
kind
bang
of
my
Yeah,
head
yeah.
on the bar.
Gotcha. Okay, so you guys are
Yeah.
snapping out of the almost hypnotic state now. Is that it?
Okay, good.
please.
Yeah, Emery's gonna like turn his eyes away from it instantly as soon as he can.
As
He's
soon
like
as
shielding
as
it
soon
from
as there's ale on the bar, you're like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not making eye contact.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume here the Grug is still stood by the door, just staring at the hair.
Yes, correct.
Wonderful.
I'm just gonna poke Grog and just keep poking, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. I will bring my beer to poke him and just stand beside him and poke him until he comes back.
Okay, if you make
Poke
any,
Grug.
the moment you make any
Grug.
physical contact with him, he sort of snaps out of it and looks at you,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's on
okay.
you.
Are we
Okay,
going
good.
now? I don't like it here.
Okay, you want a drink, Greg? You like drink?
No, I want to
Okay.
Want a
go.
juice?
Do you want to go up to your room, Greg?
No, I want to go. I don't like
Greg,
it.
This is the
Rudy.
This is where we're
It's-
sleeping.
Rudy
We have to
stands up,
stay here.
drinks the entire mug of ale in one, slams it in, and says, "That'll be enough for me tonight, thank you. I may have some more tomorrow." After a bit of a look around, I'm going to retire to the sheets, and asks Merida for directions and whatnot, and he trots off and does his thing. But before he does that, he nudges Greg and says, "Come on, buddy. It's, we're all tired. We need to rest."
You can share with Rudy.
And I'm rolling
Do we
persuasion.
want to be walking off
12.
by ourselves?
Okay.
All right.
I get an actual bonus on that as well. That was the raw number. So Greg is
Love
very
it.
convinced that we are staying the night, no matter how much he dislikes it. Rudy, seeing this, is like, "It's okay, buddy. We're gonna collect a lot of pay after this. No way we're doing this just for some drinks and a sleep. We
Yeah,
are
we're
getting
getting
paid, and we still have the goblin thing to hand in. We never found that
True.
farmer." And he kind of just trails off and goes, "Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep." And he heads off up some stairs.
Hey, Rudy, wait. Do you want to take Greg with you so he's safe from people?
He looks at Grug, looks back at Merida, smiles, and just says, "No."
Oh,
And just runs
Do
off.
we want to be going off by ourselves?
Oh, Rudy is absolutely going to bed. And that would be considered
Okay.
his long rest as well.
yeah.
Emery's very suspicious.
No, Rudy is tired.
Okay.
All right.
Grug,
Okay.
now out of the trance, is going to look around. Is there anyone else noticeable in this bar other than the big haired person?
Everyone there just looks like everyday people. They, nothing strikes you.
Okay.
They're all just really happy-go-lucky sort of people, just vibing, having their drinks.
Grug is going to walk over to the big haired person.
Okay,
Oh.
How many seats are at the table?
3.
Grug is
One,
going to sit down.
one taken up by the person. Yes.
Hi, I'm Grug. Who are you?
The person has no reaction whatsoever.
Hello.
I'm gonna come over.
Hello.
Drow's gonna stay at the bar.
Literally
Hello.
just goes over to the bar and grabs a drink and says, I'm not here for this.
Yeah, let's just
I'll go sit
drink
with
and
Grug.
let them deal with that part.
Wonderful. Yeah,
do
no
you
want
matter
to do?
no matter what you do, the person does not respond.
Grug sniffs their hair.
Emery's just gonna like scan their like
You
body
can
language.
smell
What's going on.
a floral sort of mix with like a hint of elderberry to it.
Mm.
It's very
So the
nice.
same floral mix as like the tavern.
Similar, but not the same.
Oh,
As in
guy.
unrelated, It's just a
Yeah.
very
Okay.
generically floral smell.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
tell it's a very natural scent.
You smell.
Oh, we're gonna get someone backhands Grog.
Still no reaction whatsoever. But can you roll a perception for me, Greg?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lean back in the chair
You got
just
a
to eye them
10.
up.
You got a 10? Okay, so you notice the person with the magnificent hair whose hands are flat on the table in front of them sat very still. They're sort of like mouthing words, but nothing's quite coming out. Like they're trying to speak, but they can't quite find words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grug is going to put his ear next to their lips.
All you hear is the breath coming out.
Can we read their lips and see what they're saying?
You can try. Roll perception, Emrys.
Okay. It's a 12.
You do not read what they are saying.
Yeah. Can't really quite grab it.
Can I lift their hands up?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, Greg is going to lift their hands up and just let it go and see if it drops to the table.
It does, with a very funny plop sound, as this person has quite meaty hands.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, Greg does it again.
Drow's gonna
It
sigh.
happens again.
Drow's gonna sigh and put the just like whisper for fuck's sake and slam down the drink and then go up to the others and be like, "What's going on? What are you doing?"
Yeah, they don't react.
Yeah.
Watch, and then I
He's
do it again.
unresponsive.
I'm surprised Greg knows that word.
Yeah. I didn't say unresponsive.
like-
I said Greg's
Yeah,
they're not
react.
doing anything. Oh. Yeah.
Are their eyes like glazed over then? Is it just like nothing's there?
It's almost like they're focused on something. Like they're staring into something.
Can we follow their eyes and see what they're looking at?
Yeah,
Or is it just nothing?
if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and follow their gaze.
Greg
Okay.
is not going to do that. Greg is too entertained with the hand thing.
Roll investigation.
Investigation. Okay.
Yes.
It's a 16.
A 16. Okay. So you're really getting into this. You're sort of like looking directly at them, meeting their gaze with your own, and then you're turning your head 180 degrees. You're staring
Turning in the
at
chair.
the wall of the tavern.
Okay.
Good job,
Riz is
guys.
just gonna lower his shoulders just in defeat. Just look back. Yeah. Don't know what I expect.
Drow's gonna try and read their lips
Okay, roll.
as well.
Perception.
Perception. There it is. We have 15 plus 4, 19.
19.
Yippee.
Okay, we have a result.
Oh,
Rolling good today.
Sort of in broken sentences, you hear main. Well, read, not here, but main. And then like a sharp sound with the teeth, almost like a T. And then
Okay.
it sort of goes on sort of nonsensical for a small moment, and then you get scissors. It goes on for a bit more, and you hear hag,
Heck.
and that's it.
Scissors.
It's just repeated over and over again.
okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Two
say that
heads.
to the others. I'm gonna say exactly what what I'm reading to the others.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Emery is gonna write that down.
So there's a hag with scissors, and she's pouring tea. Yeah.
And that is the
Pinpointed, let's
main
go.
point of the whole story.
Hag with
No
scissors.
way.
No.
It is the hairdresser. Oh my god.
If we
I feel
look
like it
around
will
now,
be
do we see
some
anyone who
kind of-
matches?
Is Nithrali psychic? Is that what's going on there?
Yeah. No, exactly.
She solved it.
it's-
She's just seeing what we're doing.
It's the hag dresser. Let's just put it that way.
The hag dresser, wonderful.
Probably is the
Exactly.
hag dresser.
Well, we've got a little bit of a lead, I suppose. Do we know this guy?
Do we see any hags in the?
Greg ruffles up the
You
hair.
could definitely ask Merida for it.
For his name? Or
Yeah, for the guy's name, of course.
oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna run back up to the bar and be like, you know his name?
She sort of just sighs a bit and goes, I used to, but it's not him anymore. He hasn't spoken out loud since he came back.
Okay, I'm gonna hand her over the thing. Like, actually, no, I'm gonna have a look at the papers I collected,
Wonderful.
and I'm gonna see if anyone match up to him.
Okay, so looking through, there's a slightly blood-stained piece of paper with
Yep.
slightly less blood than four others that happen to be covered in them, and you recognize the face perfectly, and the person had very long, dark, tattered hair. But
And
all
I
the
show
facial
it to
features
her.
match up perfectly, and underneath it says Nathaniel.
Okay, I show it to her and be like, what can you tell me about him?
She sort of looks down, looks at the guy, and says, "Oh yeah, that's right, Nathaniel. Right. Yeah, he was a regular at the dwarven place, just there, when you were previously told no about.
Uh,
Wait, so is this guy
what
a
race is
dwarf?
he?
This guy is a dwarf, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, so he was a regular there. Okay, do you know anything else? Do you know his age? Like if he had family and stuff?
She looks at the dwarf named Nathaniel, sat muttering nonsense, and says, "Looks about middle-aged to me."
Okay, alright. Do you know of any family or no?
She sort of thinks for a moment. He was always alone in the dwarven tavern. I was only
Uh,
allowed in there myself because we look after each other here.
mhm.
We keep each other in stock when we run low on certain things. It's a sort of a mutual benefiting deal.
Well, that's really nice. But so I and they lean across the counter. They're like, "Alright, he was whispering something about a hag and scissors. Do you know anything that could lead to that?"
She sort of looks surprised for a moment, like she's just realized something really obvious. Looks you dead in the eyes with a very serious look, very like faded smile now. It's sort of gone down and it's like a just a flat line mouth, very pursed. And she says, there was a barber who used to run a very successful shop just
Mhm.
by the entrance to the city. Can't miss it. As you came in, it was on the left.
Okay.
What was his name? It was Mante.
Mante.
Elven fella.
Alright. Okay. Um, do you know anything about him? About Mante?
Before she
Like other
answers,
than
you can see that she's still sort of like remembering details, sort of figuring things out in her
okay.
head. Says,
Okay.
yeah, he was an older one. Had quite a young daughter, I think. He
Uh-huh.
disappeared though. No one quite remembers what happened to him. He just business failed one day, it would seem, and he just disappeared.
And what of the daughter?
Same could be said.
He just went missing too then.
It's like both of them disappeared from the face of the earth. Roll insight.
Oh yeah! I'm gonna
Oh
roll
shit!
shit.
Oh boy.
Hurry up. Why is it so
Emery is
slow?
still lifting his hand up and letting it drop again.
Yeah. Emerson Greg have
Grog is-
no idea what's going on.
Grog
I'm
is
just-
gonna mess up his hair and make him look
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I'm just sat there at the bar
Oh,
drinking
oh,
another
the
beer.
hair.
12.
Okay, so
Yeah,
as Greg messes up the hair, like
Oh,
running his fingers through it and just like trying to like bring it apart from this molded shape, it all sort of seems to fall apart for a brief moment and then just snap right back up.
Oh.
oh.
Um,
Do we see this?
a 12, by the way.
A 12. Okay.
Yeah.
So you notice that as she's talking about, the two of them disappearing, she does sort of like glance away for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
but
Can I roll
nothing.
intimidation?
You can, but what are you intimidating with?
I'm gonna be like, tell me. Like, I know you know something. Tell
okay.
me.
Roll.
Okay. I have a +7. It's gonna go beautiful, please.
Place the
Oh,
old dagger on the table.
21.
21. Okay. So she sort of looks taken aback for a moment. The expression on her face completely dropping, and then sort of takes a moment to recuperate and gets the smile back on again and says, "No, there was something that I didn't tell you,
Tell
and
me.
that's
Sorry.
no, it's fine. And that's maybe they didn't completely disappear without a trace. There were rumors
Mhm.
of shadowy figures hanging outside of the gates of the barber shop before at least the daughter disappeared.
The daughter went second or first?
The daughter went first, and
Okay.
of course, what most likely led up to the failure of his business was that he went a little bit stir crazy, and people suspected he was involved in some darker things, and didn't want to get their hair done by him anymore.
Right, I see. Okay, well, thank you for cooperating so well.
Of course,
I apologize for getting a little bit in your face and kind of sits back on the stool,
she sort of just
but you don't
shrugs it
get
off and
anywhere.
laughs and says, "It's okay. I've had worse."
I'm sure you have.
Gives you a wink.
Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Joe just turns around and leaves. No, I'm joking.
You're noticing now that she is literally just flirting with any customer that is coming up to her, ordering drinks in the time as
no.
well. She is a very confident woman.
Okay.
Literally
Yes.
just gets up and then walks away. To Grog.
She gives you the little like sassy wave, like, okay. And I'd like to point out that anytime you're not actively speaking to her, she is staring at Grug.
Yeah, I figured that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker is obsessed. Okay.
Could use that to our
Is it?
advantage.
That's so true. Is there anything else you could tell me? Anything, even the slightest bit of information will be helpful about the whole case.
For a few moments, she sort of looks back from Grug, looks back at you, and says, "The shadowy figures, no one ever actually figured out who they were, where they came from, so it might be worth looking into that as well. See if there's anything that links these situations together."
You have a point. Yeah. Is there anything else you can use to describe them? Any photos anyone's had? Any complaints? Anything that they're wearing? Any symbols?
She sort of recoils back, like, when you say the word photos, like, very confused. She doesn't know what that is.
Oh crap! My fault. My bad. I'm taking back what I said.
But no, it's
Drawings?
fine. Photos do exist in the
Drawings. There
world.
you
It's
go.
just they haven't reached this part of the world.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But as she's sort of recoiling back, she starts explaining as well. The shadowy figures, they were described as shadowy because they were cloaked. They were all black cloaks, and they were all different heights. Like, you couldn't put it down to a species.
Okay.
There were
Right.
dwarves, gnomes, humans, tieflings, maybe even an orc or two. Sort of
Any of them
looks up and
small
goes,
enough?
dreaming of orcs.
Okay. Anyways. Um. Any of them look well? Do you know any heights of them, or is it just like kind of general? How many? How many were there? Sorry.
Heights varied. There were always different looking people there. Never caught glimpses of faces, almost like they were masked under the hoods. But
Okay.
something you have just arrived, you may not know. We do not have a guard system here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, unless the people here are paid to do something, no one investigates
Right.
anything.
Yep,
We
and we were promised to be paid.
we police ourselves. She looks around the
Okay.
room at some of the bigger patrons there, sort of like nodding, counting them, just in case you decide you're stealing some shit, you know?
Right.
So
And then
is that
she,
you warning us?
no,
Or
not at all, not
threatening?
at all. Just know that these figures, they were never investigated because there was no one to investigate them. It's the reason
Right.
we ask Ryder and his friend Damon to send people this way to actively look into this mystery because
Mhm.
the people here just care about gold and selling and earning.
Drow kind of leans back on the stool and like takes a look around at the people that were looking their way, as in like the people that quote unquote police themselves.
Mhm.
Just like kind of a look as in like respect, but also I will take you down if I need to.
Okay, some of
The
them,
5'5" bitch does not care.
yeah, some of them you notice are very decorated people. Like they've clearly served in military forces, that sort of
Mhm.
thing, and it looks like an odd collection of different branches of different species militaries, different cities coming together. And they're all just
Okay.
merrily drinking between themselves. They're not even looking at you like threateningly or serious. They're just very like, "Hey, how's it going?" You know,
I know, but the drow threatens everyone.
just fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't care. They're merry enough. They got their drinks. Your opinion doesn't affect
Cool.
them.
Okie doke.
Wonderful.
Right. Thank you for your help.
Of
I think
course,
I'm gonna retire
anytime.
to bed.
She sort of jumps up really quickly and suddenly and says, "Oh, there's actually only 4 rooms." She looks at Grug and says, "But he could stay with me."
Mm,
Fuck's sake.
no. Thank you, but no. I don't think he will want that. You can ask him, but I assure you the answer will be something along those lines.
She sort of slinks back down to the bar and just says, "Well, open offer."
Has
Carries
she
on
actually
serving.
spoken to Grug yet?
Nope. She
Well,
No.
Brooke
was.
hasn't been to the bar.
She essentially was told by Rudy that Drow is in charge, and she gets the impression that you are a uniformed team. She doesn't know that you are a band of misfits.
Yeah, we look so uniformed while 2 of them are roughing
Yeah,
up that
yeah.
fucker in the corner.
Right?
That was our tactical alone.
She's so infatuated with Grug, she doesn't even realize what Emrys and Grug are doing to this poor dwarf.
Drow just kind of sighs and says, "Okay, give me a second," and then just storms up to him and is like, "Grug, buddy, Grug. See that
What?
nice lady over there?"
She
And
waved.
point
Yeah.
to the bar.
Hello. Waves back.
She asked if you wanted to stay the night with her because we don't have enough rooms. What do you want to do? You don't have to. You can.
Where else am I gonna stay? I'm confused. If there's not enough room, where am I staying?
You
I
were
still
gonna
leave?
sleep. I was just gonna throw you in with Rudy. You
But
like Rudy,
Rudy's already asleep.
and
He's,
you want to cuddle, buddy?
I don't think he's gonna open the door for me.
It doesn't matter about opening the door. I said I will get you in there.
You know, you gotta hand it to Grug. At least he respects consent.
Got manners.
I was gonna kick down the door. Okay.
I'm
If it
gonna
means
go
you're
for a
comfortable.
walk.
Merida sort of hand up, sort
Okay.
of like almost looking for permission to speak, and looks at Grug and just says, "If you don't want the offer, one of them is actually a double room." And points at Emrys and says, "Maybe the 2 of you could bunk up."
Oh, that sounds
I love
good.
Emery.
Clearly picking the
Darcy's like,
second,
yes.
the second largest
Okay.
option that she can see.
Yep, yep. Before I do
Darcy's
anything
like, yeah,
else,
that
do I
sounds
get
good.
any like
I'm
do I get any
here.
undead vibes from the guy?
Oh, you can detect that, can you?
Undead, Fey, or Fiend?
No. He's
Okay, nothing like that.
perfectly alive, just not very
Perfectly.
cognizant.
Yeah,
Ah.
okay. Then yeah, I'll just get up. Okay, I can share with Brooke. I don't mind.
Well,
She sort of
I'm gonna go
smiles,
walk.
but sort of you can still see the sadness in her
Okay.
eyes, like the disappointment. And she says, "Okay, it's just up the stairs there."
Have a nice walk, Greg. Be
Want me to come
back
with you,
Okay.
before
Grog, or
it's
you
too
okay?
late.
You could come with me. I just thought you were tired.
Okay,
I'm fine.
so this middle of the afternoon, Rudy's already gone to bed. So you two, what was it? Grug's gonna go for a walk.
Yes.
I'll go
Okay.
with Grog. Yeah.
Okay, Grug and Emrys are going for a walk. This is the afternoon. You guys fairly
Yeah.
fresher than previously explained. You know, this could be considered a short rest if you wanted to, because
Oh, okay.
it's been a good bit of time since you arrived.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, so I'm
Alright.
gonna take
A
my
short
short
rest.
rest now.
Sounds good.
Me too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think instead of going up to their room, I think Drowsy is gonna go see what they can.
Well, I just got 11
put
hit points, so I'm back to
by.
full health, and I've got my thing, so I don't need to sleep.
Lovely.
Uh,
Okay, so what was Ray gonna do?
Drow is gonna go look for some shops to quote unquote buy from.
Lovely. And Nithrali?
I'm gonna have another drink.
Wonderful. So
Motherfucker's still sat at the bar.
Nithrali,
I am scarred from what happened to me previously, and I don't know where
yeah,
I am.
you're
So I'm just
this
like,
is
I'm
a
gonna
good
have a
coping
drink.
mechanism. Yeah, you're just gonna get wasted with this uncanny valley human. But of course, you're not human, so
Exactly.
you don't actually get that vibe. Just a regular person to you.
True.
So you take your
mean,
seat at the
all of us
bar
are
and you
regular.
just one more, please. You carry on. You small talk between the two of you. Merida says she appreciates that you don't want to get right to investigating after the information you've been given. She wants to give you a bit of time to mold over things in your head a bit. Understands it's a new place. You guys want to go see the sights. Recommends to go see the blacksmith to Grug and Emrys because she can see that Emrys is clearly a well-armored fella and Grug is wearing basically just a leather belt.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm pretty much topless.
Yep, you are wearing a belt and
Yeah.
sort of like just a very scarce, like vested jacket, all made of leather. At this point, anyway. Which is one of the reasons she has been staring at you this whole time.
How can you blame her? Look at Grug.
Look at
Absolute
blood-stained
legend.
Grug. Right,
Absolutely
so
ripped.
yeah, this while we figure out what happens with the three of you, Rudy is fast asleep, having his full rest. Nithrali, I'm gonna count you getting wasted and potentially going to bed straight after as a full rest as well.
Yeah.
The other three of you have had a short rest during this time. And Greg and Emrys, you make your way outside. Where do you go?
Where do you want to head to, Grog?
So she told us to go to the blacksmith, right?
Mm-hmm. She recommended you go. Yeah.
Does she give us any directions?
No.
Then
Is there a
I'm
map
just
anywhere?
But Emrys is not as low on intelligence as you, and he remembers seeing the long line of storefronts as you entered in the center of town.
Okay.
Let's
Wasn't
head-
there like a merchant district or something?
Yeah, it's the center of town. It's a very long line of like storefronts and that sort of thing. They sell everything. Each
Alright.
shop has a different purpose.
Let's head there then, Grog.
okay.
Do a little shopping.
I will say as well, you have to pass the fountain to get there.
I'm dragging Grog past the fountain.
Yeah, you're sort of like linking arm in arm or something. Yeah,
Oh, you wouldn't
Yeah.
go back to the fountain anyway. Who's doing it pretty much primarily to
Okay.
wash up?
fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah.
Ended up covering yourself in a mix of water and blood the entire time. It's like very thin layer of blood on your legs, which are practically naked. So there are people sort of staring at you as you make your way through towards the shopping
I'm going to
district.
say hello to every single person who stares at me that I make eye contact with.
They all
Emery has like
very
a hand over his face.
yeah, they all very sheepishly sort of like look away whenever you wave at them. The occasional one or two bigger ones that clearly know what you've been through are sort of like acknowledge you, like, hey, good time you've had there.
Not many nice people here, Emery.
No.
They
No,
keep
no.
hiding from me. I don't know what I did.
Right.
It could be
As
the head
you
around your waist.
that is a point as well. Yeah, you do have an elf's head attached to your waist.
Well,
Hmm.
I don't know where else to put it.
Also bear in mind that Rudy tied it to your belt and said, look after it. He actually made you promise to look after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinky promise.
Yeah.
What do you say we get you cloaked, Grog? It could be that as well. You are wearing rags right now.
But I like what I'm wearing.
I mean, a shirt wouldn't hurt, you know.
It might.
That we could. Well, we could just go straight to the blacksmith. I need to get my gear looked over anyway.
Why is it dark over there?
Where are you pointing?
If we're by the fountain to the left.
Okay, so
Where's
the
that?
old rusted gate with the overgrown
Yeah.
trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Emrys, you got an answer for him?
I'm curious as well. Go.
Wait, so you're going to approach it?
Do you want it? Does Grug approach it? I'll go if Grug goes.
Well, Greg was kind of just pointing at it because if it's like the middle of the day, why is this one area really dark?
That is curious, actually. Yeah.
One.
Okay, Grug. I'm gonna link arms with Grug and walk on over.
Only because, right, okay, so just to justify why Grug, the dumb one, is noticing this, is that
Yep.
Grug is still very much transfixed on the events that had like transpired this morning,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it was all very dark, so he's just like noticing the darkness.
Yeah, like the contrast.
Yeah, just like, this is weird.
Yeah, that makes sense. I won't make you roll that, of course.
Do I get any paladin vibes from it?
Any paladin vibes?
Yeah.
You
like
might
that
have
would
to be
be
a little
okay.
bit more specific.
Undead and all that shit. You know.
Do you get a charge on that? Or is that just something you can do?
I get 4 a day, so I used
4
1.
days, so this is your second. Okay,
Sunday.
you get
Yep.
a bad taste in your mouth. Like,
Oh, okay.
like you've just eaten something that is clearly not meant to be eaten. You know, it's been far too long since this was fresh. But it's very distant. Like, it's not powerful.
Is Damon close-ish?
Damon is actually currently trying to find whatever food Vivix wants to eat. Like, he's going through lists of things that he's got just pre-prepared, like packaged, and he's like lifting it up to her face, see if she
I see him.
eats. You do see him.
Damon! Damon! Damon!
He sort of takes one look at you and then just sort of like jumps up and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hi, why is it dark? And then points to that area.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
still
that's
eyeing
the old Barber store that closed down a long time
Oh.
ago.
So why is it dark? That's not answering the question, silly.
He sort of just like looks really confused and he's like, "I never noticed that before."
But it's dark.
I get a weird vibe from that place.
Yeah.
But it's
Damon
dark.
agrees with you, nodding his head slowly, staring at this place, almost like he's being hypnotized by the darkness itself.
Oh god.
Greg is going to get down on his knees, which I'm assuming is still quite a bit taller than him,
Yeah, you're still like a good foot above him doing that.
and shakes him a little bit because he's starting to see him not paying attention to Greg.
Yeah, he snaps out of
And
it. He
just-
looks at Greg and says, "Oh, sorry, I drifted off for a moment there."
But why is it dark?
He's like realizing now that Grug, this giant, has like grabbed him and is actually lifting him off the ground while he shakes him, and he's just sort of, I don't know, sorry.
Okay, bye. And then Greg puts him back down.
He's sort of just like stuttering over his own words. Bye? Okay. And then goes back to feed Vivix.
I'm gonna relay
Emery.
to Vivek. Weird vibe I get from that place, so
Emery,
she knows.
while you're
Yes.
trying to transfer this message, Greg is just going to slowly get louder and louder saying your name.
Yeah, just
She gives you-
eventually, yes, Grog,
Vivix
yes,
gives you a knowing glance, like she agrees with you.
Emery,
Okay.
where do we go? Like, I want to know more why it's dark. Who's gonna know?
Yeah, I don't know if we should go there yet, Grog. I get a weird taste. We should regroup with the others.
Yeah, but
before we
who's
do
gonna
that.
know? I want to ask someone. Damon's are silly and
Who's
didn't
gonna
even know.
Who would know? There's no
Use
guards,
your-
so nobody's watching.
Use your brain.
I'm using my little dragon brain.
Okay, now that
I
you're
thought it was
actually
a-
on the subject, what is your passive perception?
Me or
Both.
I've got a passive
Uh,
perception of 12.
I have 10.
Okay, so of all people, Grug notices that the bustling streets of people, you know, these hundreds of people in the immediate vicinity, no one seems to even realize that this place exists. Like, they completely
Okay.
walk straight by and do not even look towards it.
No one
That is
looks.
weird.
No one's looking at the dark place, Emery.
Okay, now Emery
Yeah.
notices too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like people are actively avoiding it, or they just do not see it?
It's like they don't even see it. They can't perceive it.
That's weird.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Grug is gonna walk up to a random person who happens to be walking past.
Okay.
And goes, "Look at the dark place."
He's gonna force them to look at it.
Random person absolutely
on their
shits a
oversight as well.
brick. Looking at Grug, just grabbing them and like pointing to this place, this dark corner of their mind almost. They sort of look at it
force them
for
to
a
look.
moment and then look back at Grug and look back at as if they've just realized that it exists, and they say, "Oh, I forgot about that place. Like, who the hell are you?"
I'm Grug. Why is no one looking at the dark place?
You're huge. That place. What was that place? They sort of trail off.
It was a
thinking to
barber shop.
themselves.
Are they now sort of hypnotized like Damon
Not
was?
hypnotized, no. Like they're remembering
Yeah.
something. Like they're not paying attention to the darkness surrounding it. It's like they're lost in their own head, trying to like remember things. Like almost like their brain was wiped of all knowledge of it. They actually look up at you when you say barbershop, and they say, "You know more than I do. Why are you asking
But-
me?
Because someone just told me. I
Inside.
didn't know if you know.
I know nothing of the sort. Now, if you
Ugh.
don't mind,
inside
I'm
the
late."
Why?
And they just like scurry away back into
What are
the
you
crowd.
late for?
You lose them in the crowd before you can even react.
Emery, no one seems to know.
Yeah, this is really strange. I don't like it.
God, I wish you guys had a
We
voice of
could.
reason to tell you what to do right now.
Yeah, these are like the two that
Okay.
act on pure instinct.
Yeah. You came here to go to the
Rocky's-
blacksmith, and you're just staring at this place, just harassing citizens.
It's been like hours.
yeah.
Grug is gonna walk up to the gates.
Oh god, okay.
Unless
Okay.
Emery
I'm
wants
gonna
to
have my
stop him.
hand on my weapon.
Emery, do you want to stop him?
No, he's gonna like slowly follow behind, but he's got his like weapon ready.
So like
Anything
hiding
weird
behind
happens.
Greg. I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
Good.
Just in case he needs to. I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna keep watch. Yeah.
Okay, so Grug, the closer you get,
Yeah.
the more anxious you feel.
Okay.
Almost like something is driving you to turn around and go the other way. Emrys,
Okay.
the closer you get, the angrier you feel at Grug for bringing you here.
Okay. Do I still have that bad taste as well?
Yeah, the closer you get, the worse it gets.
Okay, this is a really bad place, Grog.
Grug is gonna sniff the air.
You smell nothing in particular that is different from the already busy street.
Okay.
Can we see like into the glass? Sorry.
There's no glass.
Is the-
It's a rusted iron gate and
Is it
like
locked?
overgrown.
Alright.
shrubbery. It is locked, yes,
Okay. Could Grug break it?
easily.
Okay.
Well, there is no
Grug,
guard, Grog, so we can.
Grug is gonna break it.
Okay. The chain holding the gate locked just crumbles away like it hasn't been touched in centuries. It is the metal
Anybody
itself
react
seems
to
to have rotted rather than rusted.
Hello.
Your voice-
Hello.
Your voice just echoes through. No
Hmm.
reply.
Emery, this is weird.
Anybody care? Does anybody like around us react, or are they still ignoring the place?
No one perceives you while you're stood in the
That's
dark area.
How dark are we talking?
Yeah, are we talking like pitch black or like kind of dim?
Like, to approach the gate, you have stepped over the barrier of light that the overgrown shrubbery and like vines and trees have like cast a thick black shadow. Like, you practically cannot see a foot in front of you.
God,
Emery, do you have any light?
let's see. Do I have any? Yeah, I have a torch. Can I try and light it?
You can try.
See if that does anything. Okay. Let's see if the light is weird here. If it's just light a torch.
Alright, so you light the torch, and the torch blazes up almost like it's being fed by the air itself. Like there is something
Okay.
thick and present in the air that is very flammable. No explosion though, you're safe. And
So it's just like a
Okay.
really big flame.
yeah, essentially, it's just a very bright flame, but it
Okay.
doesn't go any further than a foot. You still cannot see past the immediate 1 foot in front of you.
Should I throw it, Grog? That's
But then we don't have any light unless you have more torches.
I do have more torches.
Throw it.
I'm gonna see how far it can go without setting anything on fire. I guess I don't know. I want to see how far the darkness goes.
Right, so you're gonna throw the torch in front of you across the path, right?
Yeah, like underhand, just like toss and see how far it goes.
Underhand. Okay, roll dex then for underhand.
Okay, okay, it's a 12.
A 12, okay. The torch leaves your hands with a bit of a swoosh through the air, and then
Yep.
nothing. It absolutely disappears
go.
the moment it reaches a foot in front of you.
Oh god. Okay.
But you see the slight glow from where it lands, and then nothing. Like it just dissipates into nothingness.
You see that, Grog?
No.
Yeah, fair enough. It's gone. That is weird.
Huh.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, so the longer you sit here, pondering the darkness, the more it grips you.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
I
Can
want
we
to
try and
go.
get out of the gate?
You start
Yeah, let's get
to,
out of the gate.
before you leave, there's a feeling that rushes over the two of you that sort of
God.
compels you to, well, not compels you to go further in, but sort of tells you that you've got nothing to lose. Do you listen to the voice?
But do we still have like the free will to not listen to it?
You have the free will, yeah. It's just like a
So
voice
is
in
the
your
feeling-
head almost.
So is the voice telling me to leave stopped? Because there was a voice telling me to leave, and now there's a voice telling me to go further in. So I'm slightly conflicted.
Yes, the longer you stay there, the more positive it draws to you. So it goes from leave this place to just why not come further in.
I'm gonna try and ignore it. Try and leave the gate.
It shifts almost as if with the winds, and as you turn and walk away, it fades with each step.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna step out of the gate.
Wonderful.
I don't know if this is a good idea, Grog. We should come back when we have the gang.
Maybe you're right. Roll a
Yeah,
roll a persuasion for me.
Oh God. Okay.
Good
Uh,
catch. Yeah, because
Only
Grug
because Grug
is
is.
he's got the voice as well. He's being told, "Why not come in?" You know.
21.
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah.
persuaded to turn around and walk the other way.
Got the dad voice on. Grog, come here now. Get out of the
Yeah.
darkness.
At that level, Grug is probably going to pick you up and walk out with you.
Yeah, pretty much. While you're in the middle of telling Grug it's time to leave, he literally scoops you up and just walks away. Back
As he
towards the
carries me away, I'm
fountain.
gonna give one last glance at the dark. Like, is there anything in it, or is it just still
It's pitch black.
okay? Pitch black. What were we even doing before we did this, Grog? What was we doing?
Blacksmith for your weapon, because you don't have good weapon.
Okay, we need to remember to tell this to the
Tell
guys when
what?
we get back.
Grug
The
has
weird
already
dog.
forgotten.
That's what we've already forgotten.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Oh
good point.
yeah.
Are we like the only ones who are acknowledging this place then? Everyone else is just completely
Everyone else
forgotten,
completely
ignoring.
does not perceive it at all. Except for
And
the
we don't feel like
one,
we're
except for the two that you pointed it out to, and they went, "Oh yeah," like they seem to remember it as you pointed it out, which is very odd.
so it doesn't.
You realize this is even more odd for Damon than the stranger that you picked because he works opposite it.
Which is why
Yeah,
Grug was
yeah.
getting so angry with him and started
Yeah.
shaking it.
He is
point.
within 40 feet of it every day.
That's weird. Okay. With this in mind, Emery is just going to try and push it aside for now and go to the blacksmith.
Mhm.
But he's going to take a mental note of this.
You remember
Cool.
everything that happened except for the voice. That's gone.
Except
All
for
you
the
remember
voice.
is feeling like you wanted to go in but knew you shouldn't.
That's strange.
Is there any of those? You said they kind of just wander around, right? The fabulous people, as I'm going to refer to them as.
Yeah, they're all like mindless almost.
Are there any just wandering around now near here?
No.
Okay, let's go.
I was going to say, what if we went back to get.
Wait, let's go.
what's his name?
That was going to be my plan, but no one was
Yeah.
hypnotized long enough for Grug to put the connection together.
Should we head back and grab him? Or do you want to go to the
I'm-
blacksmith now?
I'm going to be completely honest. For Grug, that would be out of character, so I would just go to the blacksmith personally. But if Emery would do
Yeah.
that,
I think Emery would put that together while they're going to the blacksmith. He'd be putting it together in his head. But he
Grug
is
has
trying
pretty
to
much
get
already forgotten about it.
Yeah.
If you bring it up, Grug simply states that he's too tired and wants to get the day over and done with.
We can always do that tomorrow. Yeah. Let's go to the blacksmith for now. Get it checked over.
All right, you make your way through the bustling crowd, remembering
Yep.
some of what just happened, but forgetting the voice. And you come to a very smoky, very dusted area where there is a singular dwarf with a very large hammer smacking away at a blade, red hot on an anvil. Next to him is a very large, like, foundry area where he smelts his ores and that sort of thing. And the one thing you do notice about the foundry in particular is that there's dings going off, like something metallic hitting the sides of the inside. You assume that it's ore being smelted. The dwarf himself is an elderly fella. Looks like he's seen his fair share of battles, covered in scars, chunks of like arm and leg missing that you can see through his thick leather bracing. You can just tell that this guy has definitely fought in some tough battles and has lived to tell the tale. So Emrys, automatically, you will respect him.
Got that soldier's respect.
Yes, yes. Grug, you notice nothing about the dwarf. You just see an old man.
Hello, I'm
Be
Grug.
respectful, Grog. Be nice.
I just said hello, I'm Grug.
I know.
The dwarf looks up at the two of you talking about this, and he's just, all right, what's going on? What can I do you for?
Emrys is just gonna slam his halberd down on the table. See how dirty it is from the last encounter.
Wolf looks down and goes, "Ah, Dragonborn design. I can see the crest.
Yes.
Good craftsmanship. I could upgrade her for you, give her a clean."
Ooh, do me next, do me next. Grug then slams the great axe on the table.
The dwarf looks at it with a slight look of disgust on his face. I fought orcs that used weapons like this a long time ago.
You orcs. Gross.
He looks up at you, confused look in his face, and goes, "Yeah, gross." Looks back down at the axe. "I could do the same."
Yeah.
You sense a hint of disdain in his voice as he says that.
Why?
How much are we talking?
Was that a question to him?
Oh, sorry, my mic cut up. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him how much this is gonna cost us.
Sort of leans back, thinking for a moment, looks at the halberd and says, "That one I like. So, 50 gold." And then he looks at the
50.
axe and says, "That one, 500 gold."
What?
Whoa, whoa. Even Emery's gonna be like, that is outrageous.
This fella, as he has already stated, did fight orcs in a war once.
Yeah.
So he is very adamant that he doesn't want to do this. So he's going to charge you more than he thinks you have.
Jesus.
Hmm.
Just looking at my gold right now, I realize I only have 10 gold.
Yep. You
That
do also
makes
have leverage.
no-
You remember that you were given a name to use at the tavern. You wonder if name dropping might help you here,
Ooh, okay.
as you were recommended to come here by Merida.
Do you think you could maybe give us a little deal as friends of Merida?
Merida? Oh, the best ale in the city. She sent you? He looks at Grug,
Yeah.
very
She
stern.
likes
on
me.
his face.
She really likes him.
Yeah, she did always like the big ones.
Why does people keep saying that?
He looks
you are
up
big.
at you, just very puzzled look on his face. I wonder. Looks back down at the weapon and says, "Okay, the halberd, I'll do for free. The axe,
Oh.
I'll give it a clean for free." He picks up the halberd, sort of wipes it off on a rag, and then puts it towards the foundry and says, "Bunk!" And you hear the foundry, very excitable. The metal clanging increases in speed, like it's a growing presence within the foundry, and a tiny little hatch on the front of the foundry swings open, and a red hand comes out,
Whoa.
grabbing the halberd, pulling it in, and then all you hear is "Bunk!"
Bonk.
Bonk, bonk.
Bonk.
He looks up at you and says, "Sorry, it's not cruelty to imps, I swear. He likes it
Wait.
in there."
As long as
Hmm.
I'm sure.
Grug is going. Can I like? I don't know if I believe him.
Okay. Roll. What would you roll for that? Let's see. Perception, I guess.
I got a 5.
You notice nothing. You don't know whether he's telling the truth or not. But ultimately, you decide to believe him.
Okay.
Whilst Bonk does his thing, I'm gonna mention
Mhm.
see if he knows anything about the old abandoned barber shop that we went into. Or at least we
One-
approached.
Yeah. Okay.
See if he remembers anything.
Ask him the question directly, and you will get your information, my friend.
Let's see, what should we ask him? I guess just trying to think how to word it where I can get the most out of it.
He's still sort of just smashing the shit out of this sword that he's been making as well while you're doing this.
What happens
Say,
if I
please
yell
ask
bonk?
you.
Well, yeah. Anytime Grug yells bonk, you hear a very faint, almost whispered "fuck" from inside the foundry.
Okay. I'll let you do your thing.
Yeah, well, that keeps Grub busy. Just gonna ask it. Emery really just stands there for a moment thinking how to say this before just like, Do you know anything about the abandoned barbershop that everyone seems to be ignoring?
He looks off towards the entrance side of the city and says, main point. Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird elf fella used to run that place. Closed down a long time ago. Right after his
Anyone seen him
daughter
since?
went missing. Yeah, he went missing soon after, come to think of it. He carries on
Okay.
smashing
So,
the sword.
yeah. Has anyone
Why-
been seen entering or leaving that building since the disappearance?
He looks up at you, kind of confused, and says, No, it was locked. Place was falling apart. No one wanted to save it. It involved spending gold, not earning it.
Is it the only barbershop in town?
He looks around. I don't know. His hair is very unkempt. He's never been to a barber store, or at least you figure that. Very long
That
beard,
could be.
very long, like almost dreaded matted hair.
Do you frequent the Dwarven Tavern a lot then?
He smiles. Well, after a hard day's work, where else am I going to drink? With the rest of you?
Well, I wouldn't mind looking into that place if you had a name I could drop maybe to get in, smoothing the deal. They are very welcoming to anyone who isn't a dwarf.
He looks back and forth at you and Grug and just says, You ain't dwarfs, nah.
Nothing we can do to sweeten the deal, maybe?
We have a friend named Nathaniel.
Does that name ring a bell when he says that?
I spent a few drinking nights with that fella. He ain't been the same since he came back, though.
Came back from work.
Well, he was one of the missing people, wasn't he? Came back looking different, being different.
And he mentioned nothing about where he went or who took him.
He hasn't mentioned anything since he came back. They found him in the, what was it? The Stronghope, I think it's called. The one next to the Dwarven place.
That's where we're staying, right?
That is where you're staying, yes.
Okay. That's all I really need to know for now.
All right.
Seems
Come
to be the
back
same
in,
for everyone.
Come back in about 2 hours if you're done. I'll have your weapons all cleaned up and ready for you.
Bonk.
Beautiful. Bonk. Well, anything else left, bro?
You didn't say it loud enough or aggressively enough.
Yep. Emery is just gonna be pondering, just walking back towards the door.
Can I shout
This
bonk
is also
in
strange.
orc?
In Orc?
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Bonk could be in orc. I just want to know what would happen if I do.
Well, I mean, Grug would know Orcish, right?
Yeah, he knows orc.
Yeah, so
That's
he
why
can
I
yell
said
it in Orcish.
Yeah.
So you hear it yelled back exactly as it's pronounced. It's almost like you're yelling at a parrot.
Oh.
Bonk knows orc.
Blacksmith. The blacksmith looks up at you and just goes, He's busy.
Yeah.
So stop distracting him.
How much you paying him?
He gets all the fire he wants all day.
That's not gold. How much you paying him?
Hiring people in this place is
And I can talk to
very
him.
fair enough.
You did say people.
You did say people.
Bonk. and then I walk away.
Fuck!
Okay.
The little door on the foundry opens once more. The hand comes out, thumb up. His fingers are sort of like deformed almost, like arthritis, like a deep arthritis.
Oh.
Aww.
But you can definitely tell from the tone of DM's voice that he's happy with what he's doing.
Okay.
No animal cruelty here. But
Beautiful.
Emrys, who does stand against animal cruelty, is still suspicious.
Did you stand against it?
Whereas Grug doesn't even know what the word means.
Got
Well,
it.
that's everything I feel like I need from the blacksmith.
I think you've done pretty much everything with him you could. You don't know his name. That's one thing.
Yeah. I
Why
did
is
ask if he had
Drive
a
the
name
only
to
one that
drop.
asks for people's names, man?
Well, I said if he had a
I
name to
know,
drop, he
man.
just ignored it, so I moved on. But you know what? Sure, I'll ask him again. Before I leave, I'll say your name. I can
Yeah, he
remember.
just nods and says, Yorm, you?
Yo, Emery. This is Grug. Have you probably guessed?
Did you actually just use Emery? Like the
Sorry,
term
Grug
Grug
calls
calls-
him Emery
Spending
all
too
the
much time with
He's
Grug,
using
yeah.
it now.
Using your own nickname.
Yeah.
I'll assume
Sorry,
you
Emrys
actually said Emrys, and he nods in acknowledgement, says,
yeah.
good to meet you. Hope you hope you can help with our little situation. If Meredith sent you. Surely you're on that.
We'll try.
Well, if I had a better axe, I could help.
He just smiles and says, nope. Carries on hammering away at
He
the
is
sword.
cleaning it. He is cleaning it,
He's incredibly racist to orcs. He doesn't like them.
The vibe we get, he's just incredibly racist.
Yeah. Right. So
Okay.
what are you
like
guys
him,
gonna do
Emery.
now?
I think.
Well, I'm still wounded as fuck.
Okay, you've probably taken about an hour and a half in
Okay.
story time wise to do this. So I'm gonna assume you guys are getting very tired and you decide maybe to make your way back to the tavern to let Merida know how successful that was. But he also
Well, I
did
think
say
we
to
need to
return in an hour ish.
Yep.
2 hours, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'll go back.
I'm going back to
Mhm.
complain.
Okay.
To Merida?
Yeah, he was
Wonderful.
racist to me.
Yeah,
And
I want
she
to go back and
fancies
check
me.
out my room anyway before I go back to get my weapon. So yeah, let's go back.
Gotcha. Right, while you guys are doing that journey, Drow, where did you go?
Drow. I was gonna go look at some stalls and stuff. Like shops and see what there is to quote unquote buy.
Yes.
So obviously those the stores that we've been past and like they kind of remember those
Yep.
because they would be looking for places, to strike up some business.
Business,
put it
quote
lightly.
unquote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you're making your way through the sort of business district, as
Mhm.
mentioned, you do notice this whole thing that just happened with Grug, Emrys, and the dwarf, by the way, later on
Okay.
throughout your journey through the district.
They
You're
would have
sort of
stopped and watched from afar.
yeah,
to be
like you would
fair.
have been like stalking from a distance almost. Like you
Yeah,
essentially
probably
have just
laughing
been
about it.
trying to stay aware, keeping an eye on them because you know that they're going to get into trouble if the two of them talk a
Yeah.
bit out of hand. Knowing that this place doesn't have a guard patrol or anything, you think, well, what fucking kind of people are here,
Yeah.
So yeah, you notice that as it's happening, but everything else, you notice bookstores, entire
Mhm.
libraries, that sort of thing. You notice scroll stores in particular as well. You notice
Mhm.
the blacksmith himself actually has a small corner setup where he's got a bunch of things he's crafted with Bonk's help.
Mhm.
It goes on for what appears to be miles of just store after store after store after store.
Okay. I'm guessing like most of the stores I could name would probably be there then.
Yes.
Let me see what I want / need. Okay. So I'm looking good for daggers. I have 2. I've got enough. Could go for a new weapon. Yeah, that would be like the inner monologue. Drow's like,
Yep.
yeah.
So you're sort of
I
just
could
thinking
go
to
for
yourself,
it.
like, I could go for that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I could go for a new weapon.
Wonderful.
But maybe look for a store that's a little bit bigger than the corner that they had set up with Bonk.
Yes.
So
Okay, so as you make your way through, you walk straight past that thinking, nope, too small. You know,
yeah.
not conspicuous enough. Need to find somewhere big, somewhere important. Because they are the ones that are gonna have all the good stuff. And as you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on, you notice there is one store in particular that is 3 stories high. Very
Ooh.
large building, very important looking plaques around the outside of it, and there are swords and shields
Okay.
displayed on plaques at the front.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So looking for security wise, what do they have?
Nothing that you can see, but everyone that works in there are wielding their own weapons.
Okay. Do they look like powerful weapons, or are they like?
Well, as your what is your natural perception?
My passive perception is 14.
Okay, so you work out easily enough that this place sells probably higher end weapons. They're gonna have higher end weapons to protect
Okay.
themselves with, just in case.
Yeah. Um.
But also, they all look kind of big and stupid.
Ooh. Outsmart them with my very low intelligence. That sounds good.
You've
Okay.
got the charisma and the experience to know that these larger guys in this store may be easily fooled. You may be able to deceive them easily. That is your intent when you walk in.
Okay.
You know you can do that.
So is it busy? Are there people like walking in and out of the place?
Yes, it is bustling. Easy to get
Okay.
lost in that crowd.
Cool.
All right. Perfect. So I'm gonna tap one of them on the shoulder, looking all like innocent and stuff, and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry to bother you. I saw this guy in a red cloak. He just stole like 5 swords, and he just ran off with them down that way, and just like pointing away from the store."
The person you tap actually turns around and says, "Oh, I did see one. Thought he might have taken a thing or two.
Yeah, yeah,
I
loads of stuff.
suppose I better do something." And he nudges the guy next to him and says, "Well, off you go."
Do you guys get like this kind of thing happening a lot?
Oh, all the time. You know,
All the time.
not having guards in the area is a pain, but at least we don't have to pay them. We just, we carry
That's
our own
true.
weapons around with us. If anything
Well,
happens, we protect ourselves.
well, I will give you this much information. I saw another red cloaked guy going up to the top floor with another guy. So you might want to have a look out on that one.
The guy kind of
Have
looks
people aware.
around him, realizes that most people are wearing blues, greens, purples, wonders where the other red cloaked fellow would have come from. Says, "Oh, I didn't see him."
He was pretty small, like he might have been a dwarf. I don't know. He was pretty quick anyway. They know what they're doing. I think that other guy might have been a decoy.
He sort of looks at you, assuming that you're setting him onto something, but reluctantly sort of walks away from his post and heads towards the stairs and says, "Well, thanks. I guess I owe you one."
No problem. Yeah, I suppose you do owe me one, but I won't be in the area much longer.
While you're
So,
saying this, he's already on his way up. He's gone.
yeah, they're just talking them out. So I'm guessing that was the closest guard to like the door area.
Yeah, there is only one person who is very clearly working at the store left on that floor, and it is the person at the counter, which is
Okay, and
your
I'm guessing
immediate
there's
right as you walk in.
okay. I'm guessing there's enough people that I could just kind of slip something out.
It could be. Depends on what you
Oh,
intend on doing.
oh. I'm looking for daggers.
Okay,
You know,
so
like throwable weapons.
as you look around the store, you realize it's a lot bigger on the inside than on the outside. It is very wide, and it goes on for a very long. I can't remember the word. It goes far back. There you go. And there's like
Yeah.
aisles
It's a deep
almost like an
store.
actual like supermarket,
Yeah.
like
I'm
aisle by
envisioning like a
aisle.
Sainsbury's.
Yeah, something like that. But it's all like wooden and leather and decorated with like trimmings and that sort of thing. You
Alright,
notice on the left side tends to be the smaller weapons. The middle section has like ranged weapons like bows, crossbows, and the right side seems to have like armor plating and things like that.
Okay. Kind of just like browsing through the area. Oh shit, I didn't realize it can do heavy armor.
Yeah, that
Oh,
confused me.
okay. Yeah, that's really weird. Cleric. Cleric
Oh,
means
yeah,
I
you're
can.
a
Okay. I'm a
Ah,
rogue cleric
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I subclassed into.
such an
I didn't
that's such an
expect that
OP
to work.
mix though.
Yeah, I was like, we don't have a healer. Kind of
Yeah.
need to do
Well, we
this.
do actually. Emrys heals,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
meant like a backup healer kind of.
and Rudy does too.
vibes. Okay, but third backup healer. Okay,
And
we're
it's
on
the
it.
and it's the 4 actual members
Yeah.
of Quad Maverick. 3 of them are healers.
Yeah, but
We're
how
not main
often...
healers. Though.
Rug can heal too.
Yeah, if he
You've
finds
seen
potions.
Grog do his thing. We need more healers.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way we all actually play this, yeah, we need healers.
Yeah, you're right. Is there any like signs for where like potions and stuff will be as well?
So littered along the cashier's desk would be a small collection of potions, all with like different colored vials and that sort of thing, all labeled, very intricately written. You see several strength-based potions, ones that would, increase your mass, essentially just protein shakes. You see reflex-based potions that would increase your dexterity and that sort of thing. There's one for every major point that you would consider
Okay.
when looking at them. But there's no health
Um,
potions or anything here. This is strictly a do more
Okay,
damage
alright.
sort of shop.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna waltz over to the daggers and stuff and just kind of pick up 2 idly in my hands and just be like looking around. Do you want me to make a sleight of hand? Because I want to pocket
Yes,
them.
absolutely.
Oh, I'm so
Stealing.
scared.
Absolutely do a sleight of hand. Yep.
I'm shitting bricks.
Okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
It's like a kid stealing for the first time. Yeah.
I don't want to do it, guys. I don't want to do it. 19.
19.
There's
Okay,
a 16 plus 3. Let's fucking go.
Okay, so one person in the crowd sees you, but
Mhm.
they wink at you.
Ooh, and I wink
Ooh.
back.
Yeah. They're also
Are they
doing the
red
same
cloaked?
thing. No, they're actually wearing like a dark purple.
He has 5 swords beneath his arm.
I would have fist bumped that fucker.
You notice he's actually slipping something into a bag on the side as well as he's watching you take these 2 daggers. Without
Perfect.
a
I
word,
just kind of...
he whisks his way out of the store.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Okay.
So they're just like regular daggers.
Yep. Consider them plus
Awesome.
1. Plus 1. Because this is a
+1
very
daggers.
big, very expensive store that you would have just stolen from.
Yeah. There would have been like more than I have in gold. And I got 2 dag plus 1. Ah. Okay, I had 2 of those. Nice. They're uncommon. All good?
Oh, good.
All good. Why did I put 10? I meant 2. There we go. Stop it.
Did you plus 10 them?
I put 2 and it keeps going to 10. Okay, 2. There we go. So to press down. Equipment. Beautiful. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna start waltzing back now. I think I
Back to
didn't really need
the
anything.
Stronghold Tavern.
Yeah, I just didn't
Yes.
find anything of interest really.
Okay. And the other two have already made their way back. So on your way back is when you realize, Emrys and Grug are at the blacksmith. You watch the entire thing unfold, and you sort of slowly trace with them back to the tavern, but like sort of keeping your distance so they don't see you.
I
And
would like to add that I laugh when the racism happens.
yeah. Basically,
Wow.
you're just overhearing everything they're saying. You're listening in about how angry
Yeah.
Grug is that this guy was like so racist towards him. And Emrys is just backing him up, like, yeah, you fucking,
Yeah.
you tell him.
Should have got him. Yeah.
They're talking about how they're going to go and have this word with Merida, for sending them to a racist blacksmith.
Did
Their
Ralphie see
tails
us
just
interacting
swing
with
in
the
there,
barber
having the
shop?
greatest day ever. They just stole 2 daggers,
All right.
having a great time.
What were you going to ask, Kinky?
Did Ralphie see us interacting with the barber shop, or was it just the blacksmith?
No,
Wouldn't have
just
seen
a
that, no.
black.
That would have been
That's
taking
good.
place while Dre was stealing these daggers.
Okay, good to know.
Yippee, free daggers.
All right, so you all make your way back to the tavern. Merida and Nithrali are just chatting away, just drinking away, having fun. And as you walk in, Emerson Grug, you realize Drow is now caught up with you. You sort of you explain what happened to them, and they're laughing at you the whole time.
Yep.
Do you tell them you already know, or do you act surprised?
I'm gonna act surprised. I'll be
Gotcha.
like, what?
Like you just
That
reveling in the
fucker."
situation, just really enjoying
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to convey what happened with the barber shop, though.
Yep.
Like,
So
the
you
kind of
explain
vibe we
that.
got from it.
Yeah, you explain what you remember about that, about, sort of going in, everything being pitch black after, an arm's reach in front of you, and
Yeah, my torch just
you explain about the
vanished.
torch, but you don't remember the compelling feeling or the voice in your head.
Oh yeah, we don't remember.
When did this happen? I don't remember this.
Greg has already forgotten everything because of the racism. He's a little distracted.
Very one-minded. Yeah.
And Drew, how do you react to receiving this information?
I'm like, wow. That's pretty cool.
You couldn't give a shit.
Greg
Josh
just
kind of
does
like,
not care.
no,
Okay.
the dagger is in their one of the daggers is in their hand, and they're just like flipping it and
Yeah,
having
you're
a
sort of just
great
playing with
time.
it, like
Just like,
knife
wow,
flipping. Yeah.
that sounds great. That sounds like magical darkness, guys.
Good perception.
Yeah, but I had a weird vibe from that place.
That sounds like it
Really
might be magical.
As a drow, you actually have dark sight, which means you are familiar with the fact that other people have explained things like this to you before, but you've been able to see fine.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I'll just repeat what you said.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like, yep, that's pretty gay.
It's pretty gay.
What does that word mean?
That's pretty gay.
When I got that taste, was it like the undead kind of foul taste I get, or was it like feed or some shit?
It was sort of a cursed
I get dark
undead.
vision too. Just thought I'd say. I didn't realize.
I did not know that.
Yeah, racial trait, dark vision. You can see in darkness up
Oh.
to 60 feet.
Okay, so you were so distracted by finding out what this place was that you actually didn't realize Emrys couldn't see that far in it. You thought he was throwing a torch to try and like bait something out, or you had no idea what he was doing. And you forgot it
yeah,
anyway,
that's a
so
good
it doesn't matter.
You think Dragonborn would have dark vision?
Yeah. I mean, you do get like immunity to disease though.
Well, that's me as a paladin, to be fair.
Yippee.
Yeah, the
We see
taste that you
Nifali,
got from she's wasted. She's at the bar still talking to Merida.
Niffy! Niffy!
You've already made a nickname for them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he does.
I
It's
made
Greg.
it up in the prequel.
Emery's just gonna walk over and just shake them a little bit, see if they're alive.
No, they're out. They're dead.
Okay, we should probably get them to the.
Yeah, they've drunk so much that they've actually passed out on the bar. And Merida, as you walk in, is like, could you
Let me
take care of this one. Understandably, you have drunk your way into a miniature coma. You are asleep. You are fully blacked out. But Merida has been taking care of you and made sure no one
Yippee.
steals your shit.
Yippee.
The least she can do, she explains this to the three of you, by the way. The least she can do with you investigating the mystery is make sure nothing happens to you while you're in her domain.
Yippee.
You're in my world now.
She still have that creepy smile.
And I have good
going.
friends on the
Roll
other side.
perception, all three of you.
Oh,
Shit.
Perception.
okay. Perception.
That's
Oh,
I hate
Greg,
that one.
Emerus, Sandra. Not one. Okay, you notice nothing about what she said. You just think it's nice.
I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you guys.
Yeah.
We're so
I'm so
smart.
creeped out. I don't want to look at it.
I hope you know that. Do you have good intelligence? Because we don't.
You do have good
That's what
intelligence.
I'm saying.
What,
I feel
Nithrali?
bad for you.
Nithrali
Okay,
has the
my-
highest intelligence, I'm pretty
My
sure.
intelligence is
good.
the highest, but I'm also conked out.
Yeah, she's literally
True.
unconscious.
17.
17. Okay, you notice
Yeah.
the tone of voice when she says my domain almost goes kind of shrill. And the word
Okay.
domain stands out. It's very like, what an odd phrase to use. Do you
Drow
question it or
kinda
do you let it go?
Yeah, Drow kind of snaps out of the fact that they're like taking the high road with the daggers, and kind of just side eyes her,
Yeah.
and then goes up to the bar and like kind of in her face like, domain. That's the question.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
Oh yeah.
Emery's just gonna stand behind with his arms crossed,
Oh, you haven't noticed
trying to
anything.
add to it.
You rolled a
No,
nat
no.
one. You don't notice
You ain't got a
anything.
clue.
You don't. You don't
He's
even
standing with
notice.
Drow.
You don't even notice that it's
Yeah,
weird that
no.
Drow has just repeated the word domain to her.
Yeah, his eyes are crossed right now.
17.
And I also
wait,
didn't
no.
get Grug's result for
Oh, 17.
I got a 5.
a 5. Okay, you don't notice anything either.
19.
But you do notice
We're
that
tired.
Drow has, latched onto something, and you know something's going on. A 19, did you
19.
say? Okay, she
Yeah.
she sort of recoils a bit and says, domain, yeah, my establishment.
No.
She sort of
Truth.
buckles a bit and says, it's protected. It's got
Why?
I know some people who know some things, and it may be enchanted.
And those people are like, does the hand thing where it goes in circles to tell her to carry on?
Yep. She looks out at the patrons still merrily drinking away and says, well, I get a lot of people come in and out of here, and they have the most wonderful of times. Well, some of
Mhm.
them wanted to repay me for a good service, and they may have enchanted the place with a little protection.
Oh. And then Drell's expression kind of just changes to like a little bit happier, and it's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Is it just sorry, my words.
Now you could
Dead. What did you say again? Sorry?
essentially, she has just explained to you that customers from the past have given her a
Protection.
protection spell on the building.
Okay. So
Kind of.
yeah, it's just a condom machine.
just
Ye old
sheepskin
condom
protection.
machine.
That's all it is. No,
She
A
just
wooden
points to a condom box. It's like, yep, there it is. There's the
Man,
protection.
I
I'm
think that's
Magical
carrying.
condom.
for Grug. Poor Grug.
I'm carrying Emerus's nat one. He doesn't actually notice anything odd about what is going
Yeah.
on. Still,
He's like, what the fuck?
All cross-eyed.
So
right? If you are willing to accept what she has given you or want to pry on,
I want to pry on a little bit. So why is this something that was paid for like this?
she kind of looks a little nervous and says, well, we don't just offer drinks and a bed. We offer
Yeah.
company. And she looks out
Yeah.
towards the
I
side,
figured that.
where Vanwa, the other barmaid, is still merrily pouring pints, still not saying a single word.
I figured that from the way that you looked at Grug, is that you didn't want to just be his friend.
She smiles like, "Oh well, I just like those ones."
Well, yeah, I got that. We all got that. I think Grug's the only one that doesn't understand that. Am I wrong?
She's
No.
just sort of smiling and agreeing with you, like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Okay. And that links to the protection spell by the fact that you gave good service?
The best service, darling.
Okay. Cool. Drell's kind of sweating a little bit now. She's like, yep. Alright, cool.
She winks at you.
Nope. Turns around and walks away.
That was like
Okay.
the sigh of disapproval. It's like, ugh.
As you're walking away, she says, "Any more drinks tonight, or
Nope.
do you
Goodbye.
think this one needs to be put to sleep?"
A
I
drink.
think
I couldn't
she's already
think.
asleep.
Out of character, she actually didn't say it so threateningly.
Put to sleep.
I just couldn't think of a way to say put to bed. There you go.
I just like
Put them down.
Yeah.
I got under
Killer.
my I put that arm over my shoulders and like try and lift them a little bit. I'm going to make a strength check.
How much does Nithrali weigh?
I'm not lifting. I'm just helping the sleeping person walk.
She's asleep. She is fully
Yeah.
unconscious. She
I'm
is
gonna
not gonna
drag her.
walk. If anyone
Drag
does that, it should be Grug. Just saying.
True, true.
How much does she weigh? How dense are those bones?
Alright, she's 6 foot and she's a tiefling. She's probably gonna be about 250 pounds.
Okay, so more than double my weight.
Quite
Cool,
heavy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Drow is tiny
Drow is
baby,
very baby compared to most of the party.
little
And yet,
slight bit.
I'm pretty sure is the only one that can wear heavy armor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I
do
can wear
that.
heavy armor.
I don't believe that I am
Oh no, Emrys
able
can.
to do that.
Emrys is wearing heavy armor.
I am wearing plate mail. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Grug can't.
Grug barbarian. Grug can't because barbarian.
Grug just wears a belt.
Ah,
Mhm.
that's all he
Yeah.
needs. Good job,
Just as a
Grug.
loincloth.
Grug, lift that to their room.
Mindset a second. Grug is just pointing at Merida going,
What?
"You!"
True. Merida looks taken aback and is sort of, "Oh, have you changed your mind?"
No,
I forgot about
you
it.
sent me to a racist.
A racist?
Oh my god.
Big word, group.
They wouldn't look
job.
at my axe. He said he would only clean it, whereas he'll do nice things to Emery's halberd, but he won't look after me because I'm an orc.
Oh. Yeah. Well, you're...
I'm already half orc. I'm not even full orc.
I can see that, darling. She looks you up and down.
No.
Fuck's
The
sake.
thing with
That
Yorm
would go
is
over.
he was in a very difficult time for his people, where his where he used to live, where he comes from, was attacked by orcs, and they actually went to war for a very long time, and it was never peacefully resolved. So he doesn't like orcs very much. I may have missed out that detail. And she
Yeah.
smiles and says, "Bonk loves them, though.
Wait, what?
Bonk loves orcs."
Emery, we have to go to Bonk.
We need to go back anyway, so yeah, sure.
We need to go back to Bonk.
I mean, you get
We need
to.
to question
Yeah,
Bonk.
you have to go pick up your weapons before you
Yeah.
turn in for the night.
Thank you,
I walk away
Merida.
from the conversation.
And he gives her a little pat on the head.
She smiles and sort
Oh
of
god.
shakes it off.
And then he just goes, Bonk! Which can be interpreted however he wants.
She says, "Yes, please."
Grug's already turned towards the door and leaving with Emery. Oh, wait, I forgot
She
about
sort of
Nithrali.
stares onwards. as you leave.
Yeah, let's carry them upstairs first.
Yeah, we'll assume that you've already carried Nithrali to bed at this point. And when you came
Yeah,
back, that's when you were
yeah.
like, look, what the fuck? Yeah. So
Okay.
you guys are going to
To
go
me
pick up your
too.
weapons, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll safely assume
Yep.
that enough time has passed. You make your way back to the blacksmith, and he's just finishing up on the sword that he was hammering as well. He's got your weapons ready. They're laid out on a weapon rack
Oh.
just on the entryway. They look pristine. Your halberd is now A+, one on top of what it already was.
Oh, beautiful.
And the axe actually has been sharpened too. No damage benefits, but he actually looks up at you and says, maybe I was a bit quick to judge. You're not all bad.
Thank
Looks down at
you.
the sword that he's now cooling down in a bucket of water, and he says, the human part, you must be okay, I guess.
It's kind of okay.
And then
Yeah.
the door to the foundry opens once more, and Bong's hand once more comes out waving. Bunk!
Bug! Bug! Bug!
Very excitably yelling bonk back at you.
Can I shake his hand?
You can if you want.
I would like to shake his hand.
Okay. He shakes your
I'd
hand
love to
too.
see Grog do
And
that,
he gives
yeah,
it like
instead
a
of
like a
shaking him.
kind of like excited stroke, like he hasn't touched someone in a while, you know. You also
Can I look-
realize that his hand is scalding hot, and you actually take burning damage from that.
How much?
Is it made of fire? Or is it
I'll
just like
fucking
hot?
take it.
Let me roll it.
I want to take all of the damage.
Oh, God.
6. You take 6 damage.
I'm fine with this.
That's quite a lot just for shaking someone's hand. Sheesh. Yeah, he is in a foundry. He is like on fire, by the way.
Okay. Can I see
Okay.
into the door that he's opened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as
Bunk,
you
can
look
I have a
in,
hug?
and you notice his face is sort of pressed up against the wider section of the foundry. This little doorway is actually just for weapons to be passed through. His whole body won't fit through it. He actually has a separate door at the back for that. You can see the other doorway as you look in.
Bunk, can I come give you a hug?
As you ask for a hug, his face lights up and he says,
Oh, God.
and then
Yeah.
both of his arms,
Yeah.
both of his arms come out, and he's like waiting for the embrace.
Okay.
But you can
Okay.
only actually reach his arms.
Can I go
You're-
around to the
Do
other
we get a
door?
glimpse of him?
The other door leads to the other side of the building, like inside the back room
Oh.
area. So you actually cannot access that.
Not if I break a door down?
I mean, the blacksmith might have something to say.
We did not do that.
You're gonna have to persuade Grug not to do this.
Emrys,
wants a hug.
Okay.
you're in charge here.
I'm gonna. Yeah, while
Yom
Grug
is
does this, I'm gonna try and
actually-
keep the guy
While
busy.
Grug is talking to Bonk, by the way, the blacksmith Yom is actually staring at this whole thing, just kind of confused, but kind of half smiling at
Yep.
the same time, like he's just enjoying this pure innocence that's going on.
Yorm, I want to hug. I want to hug Bonk. Let me go in.
After seeing this display of pure immaturity, he actually warms up to the idea that Grug is not just another orc, and he says, "Well, I guess Bonk, you could make your way through." Bonk really excitedly yells "Bonk" several times in quick succession.
I'm gonna literally mimic it.
Okay,
Bonk, 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 bonk.
nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. He makes his way through the back of the foundry, and you hear like a very excited like pitter patter throughout the building as the door bursts open, and this 2-foot imp flies up at you and just
Aw,
dives at you.
Baby.
that's
And
so
you
cute.
take,
I
as he
fully
is still on
embrace it.
fire, you take 5
God.
damage from that.
I'm fine with this. You guys don't realize I'll go down to 0 hit points for this.
Yeah, you'll
I'll give him a
literally be
little lay on
dying on the
hands.
Honestly,
floor.
mood.
Do you have any lay on hands? You've short rested,
Yeah,
you
I
haven't long rested. And also,
Uh,
Grug was full health before you came here because the short rest healed him.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna
don't-
sleep after this anyway. Just yeah.
Although
Don't heal me.
I really like the visual I have in my head of like Grug and this tiny imp hugging. Like it's literally on your face. Like it is fully straddling around your face, giving you the biggest love hug you've ever had. And I
Bonk.
got the image of Emrys stood behind you with his hand like on your back, just glowing
Yeah.
blue this whole time.
Just slowly healing it. The
Yeah,
burns away.
yeah. Like a ticker. Like
Literally on life support.
yeah, pretty much.
Beep,
Medieval life support.
beep. Whilst they do that, can I point out the crest on the halberd and see if he recognizes it? See if anyone in town wears this crest or anyone.
He sort of
My family.
he focuses on the crest and says, I recognize the Dragonborn crest. Peculiar family. I only know of one survivor, actually. And he points
Oh.
towards the harbor where the tavern you actually are staying at is, and he says, "There's a fellow that works along there, takes off the ships, brings them here. What was his name?
Oh.
Can't remember. Began with a G, I think.
But gee, okay.
Looks a lot like you. Slightly different color, and markings on his body were different too."
Emrys is poked up after hearing this. Holy shit. Got that. Okay. Thank you so much.
He starts running.
He leaves the place. Nah, he stays there. But that is good news. Holy shit.
Well, glad to have helped. He sort of looks at Bonk, still cradling Grug's face, and says, I guess we get it back to work, Bonk. Come on. Bonk
Thank you
very reluctantly jumps down from Grug's face, looks up at Emrys, looks at Grug, and says, Bonk! And then runs back into the house,
for.
into the
thank you
foundry.
for
You hear the slam
looking-
of the door, and then the hand comes out of the small door once again with another thumb up for you.
Thank you, Bong, for working on my friend's weapon, but not mine.
Bonk!
Thank you, Bonk.
Bonk! The door closes. He gets back to work. You hear the pinging around again. The metal against metal. The fire's very brightly lighting through the small door, the three vents that are on it. The orange glow of joy that is now fallen over Bonk.
Hmm.
We love him. We stand Bonk.
It just restored his faith in humanity.
I like Bong.
I'll give one last nod to Yorm. It's like, thank you for not being a racist. Mostly.
Yorm actually apologizes to Grug once again and says
There we
how he's too quick to judge people based on his own past, and wishes nothing but good tidings to the two of them.
Thank you, Yorm. You should let Bonk out more often. I think he would like human contact.
Maybe I
Well,
will. You're not a human, though.
I mean, potato.
he's got a point. He's very
I
wise.
love that so much. Potato. He sort of just nods, confused, and says, all right, well, bring the axe back tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Yorm.
He grabs just a lump of ore and throws it into the foundry. You hear, "Bang!"
Bonk!
And then he carries about his day as he waves you off.
And head back we shall.
Yippee.
Yeah, that's all for me.
Right. As you go back, Merida actually calls Emrys over and says, well, I haven't spoken to you much. You know, it's getting a bit later now. Having starting to die down a bit. For some reason, it's more popular in the day, not the night. Probably because everyone's in the back enjoying the
you're
other
right.
product. Yeah. But no, she asks you over and says, so how's the investigation going so far?
No great progress, unfortunately. Nobody seems to know anything about it whatsoever.
The thought of what you witnessed at the gate and of Grug breaking, Grug breaking the gate, actually,
Yep.
that comes to mind.
God.
And your memory wavers as the voice comes in and out. No apparent reason.
Oh, so
No investigation to do there. So you do remember that there was a voice.
mm,
It's almost like the protection she spoke of is protecting you from whatever it was. So your memory is
oh,
of a more protected nature.
can I just convey that whole scenario to her?
Yes.
Just the darkness,
Every detail you can tell her.
every little detail. Yeah.
Every filthy
What I mean.
fucking detail. Yeah. Yeah.
Just ask if she knows anything.
Her face kind of lights up as you're explaining everything. She says, "Knew it. I knew that elf wasn't up to any good."
Oh yeah, I'll tell her about the undead feeling I get from it as well.
The taste in your mouth. Yep. She looks at you kind of confused at first and says, Paladin then?
Indeed.
Yes. Well, those, the figures I spoke about. Eerie fellas. Yeah, we had a paladin, that actually went missing and explained pretty much
Oh.
the same.
Mm. Has this paladin resurfaced or still missing?
She just kind of thinks for a moment and says, no, still nowhere to be seen.
Any familiar crest on them or anything? A certain deity?
Deity. Dude lost a lot of friends to orcs, I think, actually, which is why it's odd
Oh.
that you two are together.
Huh.
Vengeance.
Look like
Think
me by
he-
any chance.
think he had the god on his side. Or was it?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
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 yeah.
Yeah, she know that one, huh?
Yeah.
And it all comes flooding in, the all too familiar feeling of when you took your oath for vengeance and
Yeah.
summoned the
Would this be the same
deity powers.
person that you're mentioned? The one that looks like me?
You don't know.
Okay. Well, that's a good lead at least. Anything else you know about this paladin, or is that all?
He wasn't too much of a regular. Worked nearby.
The docks, by any chance?
Yeah. Worked the merchandise from the ships. Was a courier of some sort.
Oh. Emrys is writing all this down in his little notepad. Thank you, this is a huge help, actually.
Wonderful. Glad to be of service.
I hope. Thank you. Emrys is going straight to bed. Now that he's got like a slight spring in his step now that he knows this.
Mm-hmm. The thought crosses Emrys's mind that maybe, just maybe, he has found someone from his tribe. Potential survivor.
And they're a paladin of vengeance. That's beautiful.
Yes, poetic justice.
Oh, beautiful.
She waves and smiles at Grog once more and says she has to entertain some clients and takes her leave. And the wordless barmaid takes over her post.
Where am I sleeping?
With me.
The
as I
wordless
walk up
the
stairs.
wordless barmaid just points up the stairs and smiles.
Okay.
Dorothy goes up to the bar. Is like, "What's your name?"
She nods.
Your name is Nod. Okay, cool.
She looks kind of lost and holds her hands up and then does the hush.
Oh,
on her
you're
lips.
mute. Okay,
She nods again.
So creepy.
sorry.
I like you.
She smiles at Grug.
Do you think you could write down your name, maybe, so I can address you properly?
She looks at her hands, looks at you, and then sort of shrugs. You get the
You can't
impression
write.
that she doesn't know how to write.
So you're literate, maybe.
She looks kind of sad and nods, bows her head
Aw.
down.
Oh, same.
Drowsy
Same.
leans over and pats her head.
She
She's like, "It's
smiles
okay.
at she
We knew
smiles
that."
at Grug when he says same, and then sort of shuffles around a little as the head pack comes in.
Oh, I guess Drowsy goes to bed.
She waves. So
She
easy to do a
they
mute
wave back.
character. Oh my god, I love this. Also, you were actually told her name earlier by Merida. It was Vanwa.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Right. How
Just
did they
to
get her name? That's what I want to know.
you can ask tomorrow
You're right. You're right.
when you wake up.
Drow is snoozing.
So is this the point where everyone goes for their full long rest?
Where's Merida sleeping too?
With a client that she reluctantly
Yeah,
went
wouldn't
with
you like to know?
after Grug said no.
Missed your chance, man.
Yeah. Oh well. Bro,
Can I
fumble.
scan my room? Just see if anything's weird about it. Anything moved furniture or anything?
It won't even make you roll or anything. There is nothing different about it. There is nothing odd or out of place. It actually feels very cozy and comfortable, like you feel welcome.
Oh, it's a nice
Almost
change.
almost like it was always yours. Like you just feel very familiar in this space. You assume it's the protective spell.
Okay. I am crashing out then, yeah. If that's the kind of vibe I get, he's out cold.
Yep.
Long rest.
After a very long day, all of you rest to fully recover all of your HP and slots. Wonderful.
Yippee!
Yippee! And hopefully my trauma is gonna disappear overnight because of the alcohol.
What trauma, am I right?
Your kidnap-based trauma.
Right.
Right?
Trauma? I have trauma.
So, Celeste. Nithrali's constitution, what's that like?
Oh.
It's a 14.
Okay, can you roll a check?
Oh fuck me. Yep.
Because you
Yep.
drank a lot. In the 2.5 hours you were drinking with Merida, you probably emptied an entire keg.
I rolled a 6.
You have the most brain-splitting headache that
Fuck.
you've ever had in your life
Oof.
as you wake the next day. It's a miracle that you wake up so early, but it's probably because Grug walks so heavy-footed. But everyone has awoken the next day feeling wonderful and fresh. The bruises or the cuts and whatever you had from the previous fights seem to miraculously have healed. The protective spell once again has done you a huge favor. Everyone roll perception.
Okay.
Perception.
Perception.
Ooh.
15.
Ooh.
Okay, very nice.
I rolled.
I'll wait for
19.
everyone's before I say anything, though. 2, okay. Wonderful.
Emery's not bit on it.
Please
This
hurry
game is
up.
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
Okay, so we got Rug and Nithrali with a pass. What about Dro?
18 plus 4, so that's a pass.
Wicked. So the three of you,
22.
as Grug is, frolicking around this hallway where the doors are all linked for the rooms, you will notice that Rudy's is open, but Rudy is not there.
No.
Without a
Rudy!
trace, he seems to have completely vanished. All of his things are there, even his loot, which is very suspect to you.
I'm gonna run into his room. Windows.
Windows are closed. There is no
Blinds?
sign of a struggle. He
Okay.
has just disappeared. Which is very
Um,
suspicious because usually after a long rest and you guys wake up and have to plan the day, he is the first at your door knocking.
Yeah.
I'll tell the others I'm running downstairs to ask, what's her face? Merida.
Nithrali's
Do I
just
do
like,
that?
Nithrali is just like, Where's Funny Man gone?
The funny man,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Because she's half there
Where
right
is
now because
he?
she's got a headache. So she's just like, where's that Funny Man gone?
Yeah, Nithrali's kind of just confused. Like, where's the brightly colored haired one gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he gonna go?
And Emrys is just looking around going, what's everyone panicking about? You know, like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
he's very
You have no
confused
idea
about it.
why Dry was just burst into the spare room that you can't even remember who was in there, you know. You're
Yeah, I'm
old at
just saying, like,
2. You
what
have
is going on?
forgotten Rudy even exists at this point. You've had such a busy few days.
You're like, that was another one? What the
Hmm.
fuck?
And
I'm
then
still thinking about the
as
new relative.
Dry was run into the room and you see the loot, you realize Rudy isn't there. Like, everyone's reactions have now caught you up.
Okay.
Alright, if I'm downstairs, can I see him?
No. Merida is at the bar serving and is sort of waving at you like, good morning, how did you sleep? All
I
casual.
read to her, like, no time for questions. Rudavir is gone from his room.
She asks if his things are still there and
Yep.
asks if there was a blue feather left behind.
Don't say that. No.
I will be right back, and I run back up.
And
think I'm already
sure
still
as shit,
careful.
on his pillow is a blue feather.
I grab it, and I bring it back down.
She inspects the feather for not even an entire second and says, I'm sorry to tell you, it's happened again. On that, session is over for the day. You can carry on next week.
No!
No, you can't live like that.
But you can't leave it with Rudy vanishing, bro.